Hello and welcome.
Hello.
Hi. I was turning on our mics as we were transitioning, and we had a second of just quiet.
Well, no, you went 3, 2,
and then nothing.
Like I was thinking about it. Hi, Primal Goddess. How's it going? Welcome.
We're the Dapper Ds.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Dapper D.
I'm Dono.
I'm Dadley.
And I'm Dippy.
And
welcome to the Dapper.
Took us an entire year to get that down.
And we're still not there.
Yeah.
It's
and welcome
not
to the Dapper Ds.
The only show where you don't know what we're going to do next because neither do we.
That's a good one. That's actually a good one.
Yeah.
I like that. So let me address the elephant about the room. I am not in my apartment. I am at my family house. So I am also on my phone. So I'm going to be like real close. I'm going to be going between real close and real far. And I'm not, you know.
We're going to be playing like the Sesame Street games of like close,
far, near.
Oh, talking about Sesame Street, to get this right off the bat, Elmo has a dad, and they've put it.
Does.
Yeah, like I have. So I don't watch normal TV. Like I just watch streaming.
We got that much.
Nobody watches TV anymore.
Yeah. My in-laws that they watch normal TV. And
your in-laws are aliens pretending to be people.
I know.
My
right?
folks are in the main room, right outside, watching TV right now.
They believe a lot of things that would make you think that they're aliens or just a bunch of idiots. But yeah.
Let me actually. Woo! I'm gonna flip you all over real quick.
Yeah.
There we go. That's better. So. This is the final.
Elmo's creepy.
Podcast.
Elmo is not creepy. Wait. Primal Goddess. Elmo is not creepy. Elmo was like my favorite freaking character in Sesame Street when I was a child. Elmo is not creepy. Take that back.
really quick before we move on, just because it made me think of it with aliens. I love asking this question. If one celebrity ended up being an alien in disguise, who are you like least surprised by?
Ryan Reynolds.
Oh.
That's a good one, actually.
I mean, how you can't be that attractive to that many people and not have some kind of alien powers.
What about you, Donna?
I had an answer, and now I was gonna say Keanu Reeves.
Also fair. Like my
man has
go-to
100 gold. Sorry.
my go-to answer is always Ryan Seacrest.
I get that.
Yeah.
Tim Curry. Tim Curry actually.
Tim Curry
is a good answer.
I can see that too.
Yeah.
Going to the one place not yet ruined by capitalism.
Space.
Well, let's go back. He came from space. So this is the last podcast episode of the year.
This is the last anything A&I of the year.
It's the last A&I anything of the year. Because next week is like almost literally next week from today is New Year's.
Yeah.
And 2023, another year older and another year traveling around a giant ball of gas in the solar system. It's interesting. It's weird. And we're going to talk about that. Hopefully.
I mean, it is. I mean, so I now work at a middle school, which means I have to sit in middle school science classes, which is a lot of fun watching these fifth graders, like watching their gears turn as they realize, like for the first time, that we're on a rock that's floating through space really fast and there's nothing we can do about it. That's just our existence. And like watching these young minds slowly be like, okay, this is weirder the more you think about it.
Absolutely. I saw a TikTok recently that was basically like, if you clap your hands and then you clap 1 second later, those two claps were 30,000 miles apart from each other.
Yes.
Due to the movement of the earth. So it's like, that was 30,000 miles. Like,
no D&D streams like this. Like, I don't think there's anything planned.
No. I don't think we're doing anything until the new year comes.
Yeah, everyone's so busy and like.
Other than Breaking Character has been going pretty
Breaking character's
strong.
been real consistent. Like,
Yeah.
kudos to Gears and all y'all over there. Jesus.
To Gears and her folks, like we're very proud of them for keeping a very consistent schedule on a Wednesday show on our channel.
Yeah. And if you haven't checked it out yet, go check it out. They're funny. They're awesome. It is.
I need to start catching up with it myself because
it's something I point to when people are like, how do I get into, like, how do I start DMing and whatnot? I'm like, go watch like the first couple episodes of Breaking Character, because that's Gears learning how to DM live. They haven't DM'd before that moment. Like, so it's very interesting and they're great.
There you go.
So yeah, well, we're kind of just fluffing for time until Dono gets back. I don't know.
Yeah, where did Dono go? I didn't realize that he went anywhere.
Yeah.
So I'm playing my game, which gets me channel. Oh yeah, of course. So obviously Christmas was yesterday. Merry Christmas, Merry late Christmas to y'all.
Yes.
Happy Boxing Day to our Canadian folks. Or is Boxing Day right before Christmas? No, Boxing Day is right after Christmas.
I'll Google it. I don't know.
It's technically British Christmas right now. Oh shit. Hold on.
When's Boxing Day? It's the day after Christmas. Oh, so happy Boxing Day.
You are now at 37 points, Primal.
Ooh.
For the channel.
Ooh.
No, don't worry about it. I needed to make sure that I had the list on me. So
now that we're all here, y'all have a good Christmas?
It was a wonderful Christmas. I had a great Christmas.
It was longer than what I was expecting.
Really?
Yes.
What do you mean?
Longer Christmas than you expected?
Well, I was thinking that I was going to go to my in-laws' house, open up presents with my kids, and then be able to like have early dinner and then leave, and then got sprung on, oh, there's a family party going on. My father-in-law did this to my mother-in-law, his wife, last minute. My mother-in-law does not like having that kind of stuff sprung on her because she is the type of woman that, like, my house needs to be immaculate to let that kind of
plan and get ready.
Yes, like she wants to have treats, everything like that, and whatnot. Now, the house, like, it wasn't a mess, but it was not together, and you could just see the energy just go from like, oh, I'm really happy to be a grandma and seeing my like grandkids be able to have fun, to holy shit, everybody stop fucking doing anything. And it just was like, okay, I'm in this for like 5 hours now. So
that's rough.
Yeah, like I wanted to go home. I wanted to be able to play. Like my son got an Xbox for Christmas. He's the same age I was when I got my first game system. So now he's currently playing on it right now.
What was the first game system?
Nintendo 64.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I had a Game Boy Advance SP, the kind of the flippy up one.
Yep.
Then I went from that to a DS. I went from a DS to a Wii. Went from a Wii to a PS3 and a PS3 to a PC.
Okay, let me correct myself. First console. I did play on a Game Boy Color. Right.
Console. Then it would be a Wii.
Yeah.
I had a GameCube. That was my. I had a GameCube that came with Mario Kart Double Dash.
Making the young guy feel young again. Thank you.
The GameCube is the shit.
It is. The GameCube was so good.
I think my cousins had a GameCube, and when we went to my uncle's house, I was able to play on it, but it was my cousin's system. They were not. My folks weren't exactly video game people until I grew a little bit older than the age of like 10.
I was on the N64. I had Super Smash Brothers because I got it with the Christmas gift.
Good game. Yeah.
Or I got it for my Christmas after I got my thing, because I got it for my birthday. And I was competitively good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like I could have competed in that. Like I was young and competitively good.
That's awesome.
There you go.
I wish I was that. Like I have it now and I haven't even cracked it open. But like if I could do it, I would try and. Hi.
No, you're good. My parents bought me a GameCube, but didn't know I needed a memory card. So I would just constantly replay the first couple levels of Sonic, like Adventure 2 Battle, because I had a way of saving my
Oh no.
So you had an arcade cabinet in your house?
Yes, I had an arcade cabinet.
Oh boy.
And
See-
like I spent a weekend of being like, I'm beating this game. I don't care. Like,
There you go. Well, that transitions pretty nicely into you got an N64 as a gift. How about gifts?
So yeah.
They're still a thing, right? What highlights, lowlights, not just this year, but any particular year? We can talk about this
Okay.
year first.
Okay, good, because I can't talk about my gift that I got.
Oh,
It's not stream appropriate. So
oh yeah, no, you can't. Well, in any case,
wait, do you know what he got?
no, he has no idea. He just fucking did that.
I'm trying to be the face here, man. I'm trying to
Text me, Dono.
No.
I want to know. No?
No.
All right, it's something naughty.
No.
Anyway,
my wife is a good woman and she loves me.
I am actually using my primary gift from this year
The
right
hat.
now. I'm on a new, well, that
The hat.
Yes.
It's a good hat.
this
It is a
a
nice
good
hat.
but you will see that this is my old phone.
Mhm.
So I am currently using my brand new iPhone for my setup today.
Dippy, if your old phone still runs, like it doesn't like do calls obviously, but it still runs on the internet, you can use it to monitor chat.
That's what I'm doing right now.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I've got it down here and I'm looking.
I don't know. Never mind.
So I don't know what I'm gonna do with my old phone. I for now the plan is I'm just keeping it, but like, well, that is the plan because it is technically owned by big man outside. I can't just yeah.
One of the best things to do with old phones is just use it in a prop for TikToks.
Mhm.
Because something about
That's
people
fair,
holding like random objects in TikToks to pretend to be a phone opposed to just having an old phone you can use is so fucking important.
Yeah.
And also it's like dependent upon the skit and stuff. Like if it's
That's
meant
fair.
to be funny, random object 100%. If it's meant to be more serious or like have a good story to it, use an actual phone.
And
I keep my old
got
phones
some
for alt accounts.
handy collectible. I got a collectible that I will probably talk about in a later episode. But yeah, it was a nice simple Christmas this year. One big important thing and a lot of other good and a lot of good other supplementary things and a hat.
Yeah.
It's a nice hat.
It is a nice hat.
Does anyone else always get like a hat for Christmas? Because I've gotten a hat for Christmas for like the last 9 Christmases that I've done.
No.
Like
not to be like that person, but like this is the first Christmas in a hot second that like I've like actually got myself something I like. So fuck the hats. I actually bought myself me something.
Oh,
there
what'd you
you
get?
go.
Oh, I got a board game I've been really wanting.
Oh, nice.
There you go.
Yeah. It's Hues and Cues. It's like a big.
I love Hues and Cues.
I am so pumped. So
well, you're gonna have a lot of fun with Hues and Cues. That's a very fun game.
I have never played, but okay.
My
so
old
what's
phone
like
for all accounts.
That's what my old phone is hooked up to. It's my old Twitch account, but I can't find my old phone. My son lost it, or my daughter. I don't know. My kids lost it. It's somewhere in my house. Probably underneath my bed. But yeah, my bed's big, so it takes me a while to move it. So gifts. We talked about who got what. What was? How about this? What was the most memorable gift you ever got for around Christmas?
Well, the way that I received gifts at Christmas, from the time I was very, very young.
Here comes the backstory.
When I stopped, when I was in my Santa letter writing phase, I would always ask for 3 things, like, and I would typically receive those 3 things. I can't think of a year where I didn't receive a thing that I asked for, not explicitly, but when I stopped writing letters, then it basically just became, what's a big important thing that you need for like your whatever. And so memorable for me was the TV that I still use was a Christmas gift. one of my computer monitors that I still use was a Christmas gift. This is a Christmas gift, obviously. I'm going to use this for a hot, maybe a couple of years at this point. This thing, my old one is an 11. It lasted me 3 years. So this one will probably last me another 3 or 4, depending on how well I take care of it. But outside of that, not really too many like frivolous, memorable ones. Not that I can just think of off the top of my head. I remember, well, one year, because I still have the letter, I got the, I don't know how much of a pull this is going to be, but do you guys remember Wacky Bowling? Like the little board game that came with, it was like a board game sized bowling set. I don't remember what it was called, but it was
I've had miniature bowling sets, but never knew the name was Wacky Bowling.
There was a set when I was a child, when I was a small child.
When I was a wee lad.
When I was a wee laddie. Board game. What was it called?
I don't know, man.
That's what it was called. It was called Silly Sixpins.
Silly Sixpins?
I still don't know. Oh, I've seen that in stores.
I asked for this for Christmas here, and I got it, and I remember loving it and like using it a lot before. I think the batteries died on me, and I didn't know how to replace them, so I just stopped using it.
It's dead. It's dead. It's completely dead to me now.
It's dead forever.
It's dead. Again, one of my most memorable ones. Some of my most memorable Christmases are when I didn't expect gifts. Like that's my biggest thing. And I think that's just like me as a person, is that if I get a gift and I didn't expect one, it like hits me in my soul. Yeah. One of my favorite ones that I have, and I had it for like ever, and it shouldn't have lasted more than not like a month, is I was dating this girl. She was a foreign exchange student from New Zealand, and we just hung out a lot, and that like I was fascinated by like the different things in her culture and like just getting to know one another. And it was right around Christmas, and she was going home after the new year. And so we were going to be done dating, and it was just going to be a thing. I remember her giving me a Christmas gift and just being like, oh, it's probably just candy. Like, this is candy from her country. And it's just like, and it mostly was, until I got to like the center of this big old freaking thing. And there was a cute little keychain. I told her offhand one day that one of my favorite birds is the kiwi from New Zealand.
Oh, yeah.
And she had gotten me a little keychain that was the kiwi crossing sign. And it like, I don't know why, but it like surprised me. And I was just like, oh, that like, I don't know. Like I took a second and just enjoyed it, you know?
Well, that's cute.
Yeah. It was very sweet.
I had a couple years back. It's like me and my friends, like close friends I've had since high school. We all get each other gifts for Christmas. And I spent a year just being like, I want your favorite like book or movie or album. Like I want what's your favorite like piece of content that you like.
Yeah.
You good?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's going on? Okay. Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
Yeah, I asked everyone out like for their favorite piece, and I also asked my parents and my kind of like, I make jokes, my adoptive parents, my best friend's parents that I lived with for a while. And I just ended up with a lot of random cool shit that I like. Like I have like a vinyl record of Purple Rain because that was my best friend's dad's favorite album. That's how I found out about the movie True Romance, written by Tarantino. That is in my top 5 favorite movies of all time now.
I don't think I've seen that one yet.
It's the first movie Tarantino wrote, but he didn't direct it. He was still a young guy. Phenomenal movie, really good movie.
Good.
I'm trying to think of like what else I got. That's how I got into John Green. My best friend's girlfriend gave me Turtles All the Way Down by John Green, and I slowly fell in love with his writing. So yeah, it was just a neat Christmas overall. Just getting everyone to like go out and find their favorite things to give to me. I like that a lot. I like that idea. It's something I want to do again eventually.
That's interesting.
I'm trying to remember the John Green book that got turned into a movie.
I don't know if there
Fault
is
in
a
Our
vinyl
Stars?
of my. I don't
Yes,
know if there is a vinyl of
Fault
my
in Our
go-to
Stars.
favorite album, but if there is, I'll try to. I'll see. I'll have to see what I can do about that in the future.
So, fun bit about John Green. When I was younger, I was a soulless person.
Okay.
I did not cry. And I remember very vividly a memory of watching what is it called again? Fault in Our Stars. Fault in Our Stars, and just being at my friend's house. And I was told over and over again, it's like, oh, it's a movie that's gonna make you cry. It's so emotional, like it's gonna absolutely wreck you. And I just like am sitting there watching this entire movie, and just being like, when am I supposed to cry? Look over to my friend and his mom, and they are both just absolute puddles of fucking tears. And I'm like, oh, I'm a monster.
The movie makes me sob. It hits me.
You want to know what movie makes me sob every single fucking time? Storks.
What?
The very end. The very end when they're going through like all the kids and stuff like that. You want to know why? It's because it was the very first movie that ever made me cry. And it was at that moment that I told, like, when we watched the movie, I told my wife, it's like, I want to be a dad. I want to be a dad so fucking badly. And I didn't know this, but my son was already, in her.
Oh, that's cute.
So, like, I tell people, it's like, I am not an emotional, like, I was never an emotional person until I became a dad. Yeah. And now I cry all the goddamn time to everything.
Same. I really quickly want to touch on my favorite present I've ever given, which is I was part of a Yankee swap. And so, like, if those of you who don't know what Yankee swaps are, it's basically just like you buy a gift, not for anyone in particular. It all goes into a group and you play a little game and see who ends up with what.
Yeah, that's called Dirty Santa.
Yeah, there's a bunch of different names for it. Yeah. So I got a box.
Yankee swap.
Yeah, Yankee swap. Maybe it's a northern thing.
Yeah.
Duh.
So I filled a box with bath bombs and a toaster.
Oh my god.
Sadly, J. Jenkins.
I was crying, laughing the second it got opened until the end of the game.
Oh my god.
Because, like, it is a nice gift. Bath bombs are nice, and like, who doesn't need a toaster?
Was it a nice toaster, or was it like
no? It was
a thrift store.
It did a single piece of bread.
Oh my god.
Before it died.
No. Like, it only had one hole. It only had one.
Wait, you got a single piece toast? What the?
How do you even find that?
Target. It was literally $9.
Oh my god.
A toaster that only toasts a single piece of bread. I mean, for a small apartment, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What if you want both your pieces of toast to be hot when you go to eat your sandwich?
No, but like,
no. Buy a more expensive toaster.
A piece of toast. You eat toast by itself.
Yeah. So.
Oh my god.
That's my favorite present I've ever given anyone.
It's a single toaster. It's not going to get the job done.
I had a similar thing. I think we did a Dirty Santa at my church youth group when I was younger, and I was like, well, what am I going to buy and put in this pile? I think there was one year we did Dirty Santa that I just got like a 6-pack of toilet paper.
That's good.
And it was just like, it's just within the price limit.
I've done a lot of Yankee swabs. My family does one every year. My friends and I do one some years. So just a tip for anyone listening, if you're ever stuck in a Yankee swap, good go-to present is just make like a movie night basket of just get like cheap fuzzy blankets. You can always find them at Walmart. Grab the crappiest movies you can find from like the $5 bin, and then just some candy and popcorn. And like, it's a nice present. It's like something funny that you can put in the circle. Like, it's a good idea.
I'm not gonna lie. Some of my favorite dates that I ever went on with my wife was just, we went to Walmart, picked up some shitty snacks, brought that bed out into the living room, and just watched a movie.
No, absolutely. Some of my favorite dates have been like terrible movie, a single piece of toast.
single piece of toast.
Share the toast with them.
Oh my god. That's
Dude,
gotta be
our
a
own-
shirt. That's
that's
gotta be a
gonna-
shirt. Just
that's-
a single sliced toaster with the Dapper D's logo burned
That
into a
is
piece of toast.
that is 100. That's a T-shirt right there.
That's a perfect t-shirt to start the new year.
T-shirt with the Dapper D's logo burnt into it with like the toast popping out of a single.
Oh wait, I like that actually.
Just a single
That
sliced
feels-
toaster.
That feels like a metaphor for like a single man in a movie. Like, oh, I just have a toaster.
Oh,
that
I can
only
see
does...
some fucking film buff being like, and he has a toaster with only one slice.
But
of
when
bread.
he
It
end-
represents his. Yeah, he like the wedding gift we see him open at the end of the movie
Mm-hmm.
is a 4-pack toaster with all these variations. See,
Yeah.
like
And it's just like, this represents he finally belongs. Yeah, so did the wedding, asshole. I say asshole because I am that asshole. Like, I'm
Alright.
the guy to point that out.
last toaster related thing. Have y'all seen hot dog toasters?
Yes, it's fantastic.
I want one so bad.
You know what that
It's
toaster would be really good for is you know the grilled cheese sleeve that you can get for your bread.
Ooh, yes.
Like
yeah,
you set that up and just
Yeah.
put it in there. Yeah.
absolutely. I've seen people. What was it? There's a cooking show called Cutthroat Kitchen.
Oh
and I
yeah.
saw somebody make a steak in the toaster.
I have actually seen that happen before,
Toasted
and it's not bad. Like
Toasted
it
steak,
cooks.
I love
It cooks it.
Ugh.
Yeah.
What about you, Dono? You have a favorite present you've given?
Oh God. I love being that person that surprises people with a good gift, but I also am the person that's just like, here's something really small. I care about you, but like, I don't know, if I can get to know somebody and know exactly what they want and know that I can pay for it and buy it, I will do that for that person. Like Raquel, if anybody's been here since like the beginning with Raquel, they had a little headset with a tiny mic that sometimes would turn off. I just told them, I'm like, I'm gonna get you a mic, not mic. I don't care what you say. And then I suddenly got their address, and I'm like, I'm sending you a mic. And Raquel doesn't do good with gifts, but she was
No.
very, very happy when she got that, and it made me happy to know that she actually enjoyed it. Because I was like 50-50, like, is she actually going to enjoy this, or is she going to be mad at me for doing this for her?
Oh, say I got Rock a Christmas present last year, and she was mostly just mad that I spent money on her.
Yeah.
Like,
But yeah, like I love getting a gift that's just like perfect, you know.
yeah,
Absolutely.
My favorite gift that I think I've ever get, well, it's not like the gift, it is the reaction that I get
oh yeah,
off
absolutely.
the person.
Yeah.
Like to know that you got the right thing.
Yeah,
I don't know, like Christmas gifts. I don't know. I'm not great at Christmas gifts.
it's all good. No, it's all good.
So, plus I've had a lot underneath my belt compared to you guys.
Mm.
I'm old.
You do have a
You're
whole
barely
ass-
older than me.
I'm like my brother in Christ. I am like 3 years older than you.
That's nothing.
and Dadley's
And
3
yet
years
we
older than
all
me.
had
What's your
different
point?
game systems at the same ages of our lives.
Yeah.
Okay, to be fair, I didn't get a game system till I was like 15. So
True.
you are Dono,
I-
you are 3 years older. We would have been in high school together. Like
Barely.
we would have been for 2 years.
I'm
And okay, where I grew up, they only
what's the
had
split here? What's the split
sophomore,
here? 24
junior,
hold on, what's
senior.
the split here? What's the split here? 24, 27, 30?
I'm
No.
26.
26,
Oh. No, I'm 28.
28.
I thought Dadley, you just turned 26, didn't you?
I just turned 26.
That's
yeah.
right. You
Happy
guys
birthday.
both just had your birthdays
Yeah.
in the last 2 months.
You're
God.
2 years older than me, Dono.
And you're 2 years older than me. What are you arguing with him about?
What I'm saying is he's not that much older than me.
I
He's
feel
still
old.
older, though.
Dippy, you're still the baby.
Shut up.
We gotta have Ace on here so you can feel like old again.
Yes.
Why is this falling
So-
apart? Don't fall apart, you little squid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
So
I've been watching a lot of different versions of A Christmas Carol recently.
Yeah.
Oh,
Not joking. I think I've watched 5 now.
Mhm.
Jesus.
5 different versions. So there's Disney's. I watched Disney's A Christmas Carol.
Mhm.
A Muppet Christmas Carol. 1938's A Christmas Carol.
Mhm.
1951's Scrooge A Christmas Carol.
Mhm.
And 2019's FX's A Christmas Carol.
There's a new one on Netflix too.
There's a new one. I'm going to watch that one soon. I might not watch it while I'm
Can I
here,
say
but I'm going to
something?
watch it soon. Yeah.
Movies, like when I was growing up, movies like gave a shit about what they were doing. Not
Yeah.
like the amount of fuck it, I'm just gonna throw this in there in a movie and just being like, what? Like,
I don't know. where
or
you're going
like
with this
things
one.
being off. Okay,
Yeah,
so
no, I'm not
lost
sure
me.
what you mean either.
I can't talk about it because Dippy's gonna watch the movie, so it's actually
Well, there were eras of movie making where there were like, it was there was a lot of experimentation
Mhm.
in the 60s and 70s with movie making because people were like, okay, we did the traditional thing, now what?
Yeah.
Like, and then that's when you had your stuff like polyester or
Mhm.
like like A Hard Day's Night, or
Mhm.
you get into the 80s and Terry Gilliam and the Monty Python movies, like, or like the Time Bandits. I watched Time Bandits recently.
Mhm.
I thought it was a crock of shit. Like, I thought it was so dumb and so, like, I had no idea why it was Time Bandits was on a list of movies that it was like on a list of 100 movies you have to watch before you die. And I was like, I could have died without seeing this.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's not a good movie. It's not.
It's-
like
I've never
a
seen it,
weird
and now I never will.
movie. It's a weird movie, and I just didn't understand why so many people praised it so.
Mhm.
But it was just because, it's absurdism. It's
Yeah. Oh,
absurdism,
yeah.
and I'm like, well, I don't know. It was the Time Bandits is one of those movies that you watch and you're like, well, that's an hour and a half of my life I'm not getting back.
Yeah. There are certain movies that I think I've watched that I'm just like, I'm never gonna watch that again, but it wasn't a bad experience. You know?
Ooh, I'm trying to think if I have any movie like that.
Like-
That like has zero. Like I enjoyed it, but has zero rewatch value.
The King Kong movie with Jack Black.
Huh.
Like,
I actually,
yeah, sorry.
In a similar vein, Rampage.
Really?
I feel this way about every Marvel movie that comes out.
I'm
like-
right there with you.
Every new one that comes out is that way for me. Like, I
yeah.
think Marvel's magnum opus has passed with
Mhm.
the Infinity Saga. Like,
Mhm.
they're trying a little too hard now.
They're experimenting a lot with different things, and they're not really hitting the
Ooh,
bullseye.
actually,
Disney in general is trying way.
Dippy,
too
Dadley's been
hard.
trying to talk for a second,
No,
and
you're
we
fine.
keep
No,
interrupting him.
we're all just bouncing off each other.
Okay.
You're fine. I will say, the one caveat, Shang-Chi. I think Shang-Chi is
Oh,
like
yeah.
pinnacle, great movie. I think the
Really?
fight choreography in it is phenomenal.
Because it's the mixture of Japanese, the filmmaking with American style acting.
Also, but also I could stop like a half hour before the movie ends. I don't give a fuck about the big dragon fight and like that's.
Oh yeah. What was it? So nothing against it, but the new Black Panther.
I haven't
Loved it.
Forever?
It's good. It's great. But I can't watch it again just because the way that some of the lighting is done is just, it's like, I'm knowing how much of the movie is that problem. I would just literally skip right over it and just be like, I wish they had done their lighting better with the underwater scenes. Like, just
You want to talk about a movie with shitty lighting? Have y'all ever heard of a movie called The Immortals?
Yes, I have not finished it.
This movie is about like like ancient warriors, like warriors from like one of the Mediterranean, like Greek warriors or Roman warriors or whatever it was. The movie is shot so dark, like I don't think they used any light kits for the dark scenes of this movie. You can't see half of what happens in the movie. And it's just like, why would anyone watch it? You can't see what's going on. That's the whole point of the medium of film, is that you watch it.
That's how I feel about the newest Batman movie with Robert Pattinson.
I haven't
Really?
seen that yet, and
That it's too dark.
it's hit and
it's-
miss with like reviews. So
Yeah, I don't understand
Really?
why it was so critically acclaimed. I didn't like it a whole lot.
I heard
like,
so many people say that the new Batman was great.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and like I see where people like it, but I'm also like I sat down being like I want to watch a Batman movie, and it's like really you can just remove Batman from the equation and just be like, hey, I'm a gritty detective in this shitty city, and I genuinely think it would be a better movie
mhm.
than like the dual identity bullshit that didn't pan out at
Yeah.
all. Like
Dual
I think
identity.
I think it's a great detective movie. It's a terrible Batman movie.
Okay,
Hmm.
but
Good to know. Good to know.
I mean, thinking about it, Batman is considered a detective hero
Yeah,
type situation. So, like, to focus on his ability, because that is one thing that I think that they miss a lot within not Batman movies is the fact that he's a detective. They
Dude,
just look at
don't-
like the tech shit that
don't
he
even
does.
get me started because like that's what everyone misses about the fucking Flash.
Yeah,
I'm just like going real old school comic nerd for a second. I
Mhm.
grew up like reading the Flash comic books. The Flash is like the world's best forensic scientist. But
Mhm.
anytime we see the Flash in modern media, it's just like I'm plucky and fast. Like
I think they did pretty good
He
with
was
the
a forensic
TV show.
scientist?
Yes,
he was.
he
yes.
is one of the top forensic scientists in
Huh.
like in comics.
I did not know
he's
this.
extremely smart. He's so goddamn smart.
The
I did
first
not know
season
that.
of like CW's The Flash show tried leaning into it and it just didn't work.
Like
Hmm.
that. Okay, on the topic of this, I think that movies do not allow their like male people to be just nerdy. Like I think they focus way too much on the masculine. Like at least the older ones, but like
I mean, yeah.
I don't
dating
see-
movies, yeah.
yeah, I don't see very many of them being like really going into the nerd portion of it. Mostly because most one of the best examples of this, and it's not a superhero movie, but it gets you into the idea of what Hollywood is. Lie to Me, you know that show?
Oh,
Oh
yeah,
my
I love that
God.
show.
Extremely popular with the viewers. Extremely popular. Like that thing could have gone forever. But the
Mhm.
thing, and like the actors did really well of trying to learn the language, like the language of what they were saying and what they were studying. The main individual, like he had such a rough time, but was working so hard, and that's what people loved about it was the passion of what they were doing and understanding it and learning about it because it's real
Oh, yeah.
science. But the thing is that the writers were
it's-
just yeah.
It's like pseudoscience.
yeah, it's pseudoscience, but like
I mean, it's not pseudoscience.
it's psychological, not science. It's not very much its own thing.
That show
Psychology
took a
is still
lot
science.
of leaps.
Okay, good point. But like people loved it because of the idea that it had and the explanations that it gave.
Mhm.
Only in the first season is it like that. In the second season, it focuses a lot less on the science of it all, and it's just like, oh, these people and sex and all that. It just fucking ruins it. Like right now, for me, I'm watching Dexter for the first time.
Oh.
And I fucking love the first couple episodes because one, it portrays Dexter as an asexual and it hits like the mental prowess of it really well
Don't-
on top of being like, at least for me personally, I feel like it hit the mental idea of just like, oh, I'm just not quite understanding it. Like that gap that happens between somebody that's like, because for me, I will admit that there's a gap between the idea of like what a normal person thinks about within sex and then what an asexual person thinks about with sex. It's like I can live an entire day without thinking about it and be perfectly okay. Yeah, and like in my mindset, people that enjoy sex think about it constantly, and it's like it's a drive for them, and I'm just like, that's not gonna be a thing. That's not gonna do it for me, buddy. But I love the
will
way that they
say-
portrayed him in the beginning.
I will
and
say just about the show, don't hold on to that. They lose.
I
that
know
aspect
I'm
of
in
him.
I'm in
quickly.
the second season, and the like at the
Oh,
tail
yeah.
end of it, it is very sexual now, and I'm just
Yeah.
kind of like, all right, cool, whatever. He's feeding more into like I get the psychology of it, and I love that, and I love shows that like dip into psychology and the understanding of it and how the brain works, and now how he's testing himself within his like psychosis or like his psycho mind. and trying to figure out where he hits perfectly, and then being surprised when people that actually are professionally trained are just like able to see through the bullshit.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh, they're very well hitting on the hammer of like how a psychopath works, or there's another sociopath. Yeah, he's a psychopath, not a sociopath.
He's a psychopath. Yes.
Yeah, but like a serial killer and everything like that. And I love that. I love within like the second season where, spoiler, they treat it as if it's like an addiction, and the recovery process of it, and not whatnot, and that it's like he feels like it's a need to feed. He has to do it, and then like begins to release himself from it, and doesn't not feel the need to do it all the time. But he becomes confident in that way, and it starts to mess with his mind or mess with his way of doing things. I need to finish watching it, but fantastic show. Would recommend.
This is a very in-depth tangent we just dove ourselves into, thanks to talk of some Christmas movies.
Yeah.
So anyway, have you found a favorite Christmas movie you have? Is it still your favorite Christmas Carol?
Yeah, so of the versions that I have watched, we talked about this on the tier list episode, that the 1951 version with Alistair Sim is the best version. It still is. Okay. I watched it again, and it still is. There is nothing about 1951's version that I would change. So as a baseline, 1951 Christmas Carol is like
top tier,
like top of the heap. Taking a step down from 1951, I would say next would be Muppet Christmas Carol.
Fair, yeah.
Because Muppet Christmas Carol is designed for kids.
Yes.
So it's very musical, and it takes some liberties that the book obviously doesn't take, but it doesn't treat kids like idiots.
Yeah, like, which is so big. Yeah.
I love when shows do that.
Yeah, like it's mature enough to know that like Muppets in a world, the world is full of Muppets, and it's like dumb in that way that like they're, these are all like just living cloth sack people, and pigs and all these absurd characters, but there's inhabiting 100% serious roles in an adaptation of a classic story.
Yes.
And Michael Caine knocks it out of the fucking park.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to. He could have phoned it in, got that paycheck, and left, but he kills it.
He said in an interview that he treated it no differently than if he were with the Royal Shakespeare Company performing the Christmas Carol, and it paid off so much. And the songs in Muppet Christmas Carol are so good. I've heard that the newest one is also technically kind of a musical.
Yes, it is. It is very much a musical.
Yeah.
And some of the musical pieces are...
But the music in Muppet Christmas Carol is very fun. It's very good.
Yeah.
Taking a step down from that would be the 2019 version I just watched, put out by the FX company. Directed by Nick Murphy. And do you guys know who Guy Pearce is?
Yeah.
He plays Scrooge in this version, and he plays an obsessive compulsive... Scrooge is more obsessive compulsive. He's a little bit more like neurotic, and he's a lot more evil in this version.
Okay.
He is a very evil man in this version. And the ghosts of the spirits of Christmas past, present, and future are not like holding his hand, guiding him through visions of his life, telling him showing him the wrongs of his ways. No, they are torturing him with visions of his past from when he has been the benefactor of evil in a lot of people's like lives around him that he has touched. And in a lot of versions of Christmas Carol, he's like, he makes up with everybody at the end, and he becomes as good a friend, as good a master, and as good a father as the good old city ever knew. At the end of this one, he basically just helps Cratchit's family one time and says, I'm shutting down the company. I'm moving on with the rest of my life. Go on and see me no more. And it was like, but the way the rest of the movie is played, it's the perfect conclusion that conclusion is the perfect conclusion.
Yeah.
Oh, hello. Oh gosh, I have given a little too much leeway. There we go. And it's a scary version. It's
I think
it's more like a horror film.
Now that you're telling me about that, I think I remember watching that when I was really, really young and just being like, ugh.
It came out in 2019.
Oh.
It came out in 2019.
Oh wait, what? Okay, then never mind. Then I must be thinking
one
about
of the
a
newer
completely different one.
But it's a very real, a very scary take. My Letterboxd review on it said that sometimes sometimes you just need a hammer to hit a nail. Sometimes that hammer needs to be 10 times bigger and on fire, because then, and it's like, yeah, this is a pretty big fiery fucking hammer for the Christmas Carol.
So on the topic of Christmas movies, I think my favorite one, it's gotta be Elf. I watch it every single year. This year I didn't get to watch it. I need to go
My
find
family
my
didn't
copy
get to watch it
upstairs,
this year either.
But I watch, like, Elf is my go-to movie to get me into the Christmas spirit. It's just dumb, it's quirky, it's funny, but it's also cute. And the way that, like, they portray the characters is great. I know that we talked about this last episode, but like,
Since last time we've talked Christmas and whatnot, has any of y'all watched the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special?
No.
I have not.
I know you've seen it. My son is hanging out in here with
me.
Yes, did you like it? Okay. The music in it slaps. Oh my god, the music's so good in it.
Well, it's freaking
like
Guardians of the
Galaxy is known for like but there's like original music written for the Christmas special. Yeah, it's really good.
Ooh, wow! I'm gonna have to watch this now. Then
it's only like 45 minutes. It's short, it's really good. It's fun. You got Kevin Bacon in it.
They had to put Kevin Bacon.
I saw that clip on TikTok. Someone pirated that clip to TikTok.
Yeah, no, Kevin Bacon. And Kevin Bacon's just fun to watch. I can't lie. I was watching it being like, I've been seeing him in things like. So
Kevin Bacon is everywhere.
He is.
Everyone is 6 degrees separated from Kevin Bacon. We got to find our bacon number soon. Like, that ought to be a topic for another podcast episode.
How do you find your bacon? Not you, buddy. There's like a website for it, right?
I think there is. Well, not to connect you to him specifically, but if you have a close experience with a celebrity, then you can put in that celebrity and just add one.
I'm trying to think. What's the most famous person I know personally?
But
personally?
Just to wrap up the other two versions of Christmas Carol I've watched, Disney's phones it in a little bit.
I like it though. It's
Jim
fun.
Carrey is a saint. Jim Carrey is a wonderful Scrooge in Disney's A Christmas Carol. Disney's Christmas Carol phones it in a little bit. It doesn't do anything. The new thing that Disney's Christmas Carol does is make it oddly scarier than like a lot of the older versions.
But
in a way that would be scary, like action scary, not intentionally scary. They basically made the Ghost of Christmas Future a Grim Reaper chasing Scrooge in Disney's A Christmas Carol instead of like actually just guiding him and being a teacher like in other older versions. And it kind of falls flat because of that. Like, it's still fun, but I would not consider it my favorite. And the last version, one that I watched on Christmas Eve at my grandmother's house while we were waiting to go to midnight Christmas mass at my family church, was the version from 1938. Now, in 1938, Hollywood was under the Hays Code. So you couldn't have too much violence. You couldn't have too much, you couldn't have too much non-conservative value in a movie. Like, you still had gangster movies and all this other stuff, but there was a lot of hemming and hawing about what you could show in a movie. And it impacted 1938's version by making it a very sterile version. It doesn't feel like it takes a lot of liberty. Instead of showing the dark sides of Scrooge's life in an attempt to change him, it shows the light sides of what Christmas is all about in an attempt to change him. And it's like, it falls flat. It's not a very good rendition. Not in my book, at least. I plan on watching through 2 more versions. because there's Bill Murray's version and there's the new one on Netflix.
Bill
that I
Murray
plan.
made one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
called Scrooge.
Oh.
Yeah,
I think
1989.
it's been a minute since I've probably seen that one, but yeah.
It's been a hot minute.
And then there's obviously the Man Who Made Christmas, which is not. It's the making of a Christmas
I
Carol.
love A Man Who Made
Mhm.
Christmas. That telling Dickens's story of writing A Christmas Carol is a very unique way.
Can I just say, for some reason, movies about people that make like historical plays and tales are so good. Like what is it? The person who created Neverland, which is about the writer of Peter Pan and everything, and how
Saving Neverland.
Yeah, Saving Neverland.
Yes.
The fact that I didn't know that they 100% wrote it for kids to, and one of their things to do was to invite children from the local orphanage to come and see it, so people would get the idea of just oh, I'm supposed to be looking through a child's mind, and just how that saved everything. Fantastic, fucking great movie.
Absolutely.
If we're going down that route, Tick Tick Boom with Andrew Garfield, phenomenal. About the man who wrote Rent.
I don't think I've seen that one, but
It's on Netflix. It's also a musical. So the man who wrote Rent made a one-man show called Tick Tick Boom. And it was kind of his life story. So what they did for the movie is Andrew Garfield did a performance of that live show. And then they went out and filmed scenes of this man's life and whatnot as Andrew Garfield. So the whole movie is cutting from a stage show to just a normal ass movie. It's really neat.
Wait, I think I've seen clips of that on TikTok.
Yeah.
Because there's really weird scenes of Andrew Garfield on a stage and whatnot, and I'm not.
Yeah.
It could
I
be
only
the same
can do
thing.
this because my son's in here, and he loves the movie. Hey, Grayson, this is the life. It's the first song in the movie.
No payoff. Is that the "This is the life"?
Yeah, that's what
This
it's from.
is the life. Oh.
Yeah, that's
My favorite-
it's from that movie.
Don't.
One of my favorite movies like that is called The Professor and the Madman, and it was about the invention of the first Merriam-Webster dictionary.
Oh.
So the dictionary took a long fucking time to make. It took
Obviously.
hundreds of years to make a comprehensive dictionary. And the Professor and the Madman is about the guy who assembled the team that was putting together comprehensive, definable words on the pages, from a team of academics. He had a psychologist and a biologist and a natural sciences guy and a physical sciences guy and a chemical engineer and all these other people. But he started receiving letters from a guy in Oxford, or a guy who lived on the outskirts of Oxford, who had heard that a dictionary was being put together, and he decided to compile words in his own spare time to send in as unsolicited. Oh, I heard you're making a dictionary. Here's 500 words from from famous fictional works that I have found and defined. And put a proper definition to and a proper source to. And he was like, who is this man? And it turned out he had some kind of mental illness. I forget what specifically, but
He's on the spectrum.
he was thrown into an asylum, and then the professor was like, I can't have that. He's one of my number one word contributors. So he got help for him, and it was a really interesting look, because the whole time you're they're defining words that you can't really define, and they're trying to find definitions for those words, and all these other you're going from and to words like atom and atmospheric, and we don't know that that's a word yet, and then and then the Madman says, here it is in a book from this time period.
So
it's a fun movie. I recommend it. It's on Netflix too. It should be.
I'm trying to remember.
It has Mel Brooks and Sean Penn.
Have you guys
yeah
ever seen Bronson?
Bronson? Jesus Christ, Bronson. So I will tangent about Bronson in one moment. Quick, fun dictionary fact. What word do you think has the most different, most different definitions?
It's
Set.
Oh, yeah, you know it. Set.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yep. It has like 150 or so.
Yeah. Yeah. Bronson with Tom Hardy is so good
You want to know why it's so good?
because he's crazy.
No.
What is
'cause
Bronson?
Tom Hardy was in jail with Bronson. He was his cellmate.
Charles Bronson is a real person. He, at a young age, was like, I know I can't be famous, so I'm going to be the world's most infamous person. And he just like, yeah,
is
like
that Australian guy? The
Mhm.
He's
Australian
not Australian,
murderer?
no.
No.
Oh.
He's
Talking
English.
about bad things. Walk away. No, he didn't murder many people. Actually, he
No.
just like beat the shit out of a lot of people. Come
Mhm.
here.
Oh.
So Tom Hardy ended up making a movie about him. It is a myth. Dono, he was never in a cell. I was just kidding, buddy.
Oh, he wasn't?
He was never in Charles Bronson's cell. Nobody would let him do that. Bronson is in a high security cell. I only know all this because I actually did a report on Bronson in high
There
school.
you go. Hey.
And then I actually bought Charles Bronson's book called Solitary Fitness. That is his workout regime in a solitary jail cell.
Regime or routine?
Routine, whatever.
Regime is it's a whole different word.
The workout regime.
Yeah, so if nowadays, if Charles Bronson was able to compete, he is recognized as would be the world's strongest man.
Really?
There's no getting around it. Yeah, he is massive.
Dang.
God damn.
So yeah, Charles Bronson, interesting guy. Tom Hardy played him in a movie. If you ever wanted to see Tom Hardy naked, they don't cover anything. They don't CGI. That's actually him naked running down hallways.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Phenomenal Ash.
Good to know.
Google, show me this man's balls.
Everybody has
alive, now that I think about it.
Everybody has one friend that like the moment that they see an actor, they have to find out what do their balls look like.
I never had that friend, and that does not mean that I
you
am
do
that.
have that friend. That's Dadly JJ.
Well, now I do. Actually,
say
no,
never.
that's kind of a lie. I had to, yeah, I can think of a guy like that from my childhood. Yeah.
All right.
He is still alive. Charles Bronson is still alive. Age 70. He's been in jail since he was 19.
Good fucking Lord, man.
Yeah.
So if he was like to go to career day, his career would be prisoner.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Full-time prisoner.
Mm-hmm.
I just learned that I learned recently that a life sentence isn't your whole life.
No, it's like 25 years max.
It's like 25 to 30. It's like 25 to 30 years depending on the state you live in. And I was like, well, that's stupid. Why not just call it a 25 to 30 year sentence?
Because you die at the end of it.
Well, but the life
Wait,
what? If you get a life sentence when you're like 22 and it's only 25 or 30 years, you're out of jail by the time you're 52.
I think,
which is still a crazy long ass.
They should call it a generation sentence, because that's about yes, because 20 to 25 years is about that like the amount of a generation.
Yeah. It reminds me of like
Yeah.
videos of people who were in jail between generations and discovering all the new things in the world after they get out.
Imagine going to jail in like the 70s and then getting out in 2020.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that's weird.
That would be like getting off of a bus and going right into a UFO.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah. No, that's not a bad metaphor for it. Yeah.
Not a terrible metaphor, no.
It's like, who's putting this probe in my ass? Because this is weird.
And there's the metaphor ruined. Oh man. Yeah, that would be a little bit strange. I think there was a video of someone who went in 1950 and came out in they went in 1960 and they came out in 2010 and they did a video of him.
Yeah.
They did a video of him and he was like, what's this? What's this? What's this? Like Jack Skellington in Christmas Town. He was like, what's this? What's this?
How long was OJ in jail for?
He didn't go to jail. He was
Oh.
indicted.
Oh. Why is he popping up on so many like podcasts now? I thought he just got out.
Wait
No.
a minute. No, hold on. Let me confirm or deny that real quick. Hold on.
I'm just
Just to be perfect.
That up. Look it up. Look it up
When
right now.
did OJ.
So my son's currently playing. So my son loves the game Roblox. He's on there, and we got him the Xbox, and the first thing he pulls up is Roblox, and he's just absolutely fucking ecstatic about it.
Yeah.
He's using like the controller and everything. And part of the reason that we got him the game system was to play. My wife wanted to play Fortnite with him,
Okay.
and so like to play that together. And all he wants to do is just do Roblox.
Yeah. OJ went to jail. Was sentenced to 33 years in prison and eligible for parole in 9. Yeah. OJ was released in 2017.
Oh God.
He went to
He-
prison for a civil suit, not for the
Yes.
murder.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
not for the murder, for
Yeah.
something completely different.
Mhm.
Yeah, he went to
So-
prison for something that was not what
He went to jail for
he
how
originally-
long?
So he ended up going to jail.
Because it was in like. It was in
from
the
2008
2008.
to 2017, so
Yeah.
for 9 years.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was like 09 when
Yeah.
they went, but like yeah.
But yeah, that
So-
wasn't for the murder. That was
So
for
just under 10 years.
the family suing him for damages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can go to jail for being sued.
as
Yeah.
part of a damage settlement, you can be required to go to jail.
Is he going back into golf? Or wait, what did OJ play? Was it golf?
But no, he played football.
Oh,
He was
shit.
he was one of the greatest football players of all time.
I just always
Yeah.
remember hearing that he had like golf clubs or like golf gloves or something like that or something. I don't know.
That's
like the glove
Tiger
doesn't.
Woods.
I do think, look, I know it's not going to happen. I know it's not. But I do
What?
think they should grab OJ for the new Ford Bronco commercials.
No, God,
They
no.
should.
No. Oh no.
What do you think OJ's doing for work these
Yep.
days?
I
can
keep
just
seeing him
picture-
popping up
I
on
can
people's podcasts.
No, I
Really?
can just picture him pulling up and then rolling the window down. There's nothing more relaxing than going for a slow cruise in a Ford Bronco. and it pans back and it's just white and he looks down and he's like, hey, which one of y'all put me up to this?
Yeah,
And then it
it's-
like cuts Ford Bronco.
The tagline of the commercial is like, when you're driving a Bronco, everyone wants to follow you.
But they can't because it goes off road.
Oh, God.
New Ford Bronco, driving on cliffs to get rid of cops.
Oh my
They
God.
can't get you here.
Ugh.
That's almost just absurd. There was a parody of a Volkswagen ad. I think Top Gear made it, but there was a parody of a Volkswagen ad. That the tagline was the Volkswagen Passat, Berlin to Poland in one tank, and it was like, it was so bad.
That's really good. Fuck.
Yeah.
That's funny.
And it was like, oh God, it's just one of those things that you're like, I just immediately think of like Brennan Lee Mulligan's parodies of like of like corporate meetings or corporate pitches or whatever. And
yeah.
it's like,
Oh yeah, the
Mm.
CEO
You have to-
video.
you have to tell me the difference between strawberry cheesecake flavored Oreos and strawberry milkshake flavored Oreos and strawberry Oreos right now. And it's just like, well, see, the difference is one of them tastes like a milkshake. No, it doesn't.
My favorite one is the Jewel commercial that he did of just this is an adult backpack, and he puts on this very tiny backpack.
Yeah.
Look at me and say that this is an adult backpack.
Look at me and say what you said.
God.
Adult backpack.
God.
Oh my gosh.
Ugh.
Christmas.
So
Christmas.
So
I think we wrapped up on
yeah,
Christmas.
yeah, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, so obviously, some of us are on holiday break, some of us aren't.
Yeah.
I am, but I was called into work because I'm on call this entire week. No.
Mhm.
I didn't realize until after I got in that they told me, like, actually, we didn't know that you were on break. This is just the building that you clean, and so we wanted you to come in to do your thing. So right now, I work at a school, and kids are moving out. Some are moving in, and so they're getting apartments ready during this holiday break. So one of the policies with my place, or with the place that I work, is that we can take things that they've left, because if we don't, then they're just going to toss it. They're Catholic. They are just like, you know what, whatever, take it. Not like if it's in a better place. That's where I got
what does
these.
Catholic have to do with that?
I don't know. They're just very giving. They give everything.
I can confirm as a Catholic. we just steal people's belongings if they leave them behind in their dorms.
Well, like there was a
One
nun
of those
that
traits that us Catholics have.
I got a coffee pot because one of the nuns left like a coffee pot or a coffee maker. Like when she moved to her new area, they just took it all and just like, you can have any of this in these boxes. And I'm like, all right, cool. Took a coffee maker.
Meanwhile, when I walked outside to ask my mother about the O.J. Simpson thing, she is in the middle of praying a rosary right now. So,
wait, Dippy, you're not an only child? I thought you. Wait, you said
my
your
mother.
Oh, your mother. I thought you said your brother. I'm like, wait, Dippy, I thought you were an only child.
Yeah, my secret brother that I have held captive for these 24 years of my life. No, my mother. Golly.
But
speaking of brothers and sisters, I've got something after this. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like Dippy's brother would be named Yippid.
Yippid?
No,
that's not. No, that's not.
That's evil Dippy.
Yeah,
not my brother.
That's why he's been locked up.
Yeah.
Negative Dippy.
Negative.
So I'm cleaning. So I have to clean up an apartment. It's just one of them. I was going to be two, but they had finished the other one. So, I missed out on anything that was in there. I had to clean kitchen and 2 bathrooms. I got absolutely fucking high off the fumes because I mixed them badly. But I was able to just like go through things and like look, and because I had to clear out everything. Yeah. And so if there was something that I wanted, I could just take it or whatever. I found these lights, fucking super nice. These are not ones that my kids are going to be able to destroy anytime soon. They are very heavy duty. Love it.
Oh no, you gotta take me up to your school next year.
Hey, we got plenty of openings. You can come apply if you want. But one of the things that were in the building, I looked and there was something behind one of the doors. I looked over and I was like, what's this pole doing here? And not knowing exactly what it was. And then I looked into the closet that's in the kitchen and I see this box and I'm like, what's this box full of? And it's just like this random piping and whatever. Looked at it, it's like stripper pole. It was a complete full stripper pole just in there. I'm like, oh, should I take this? Like just full on. Oh my god, I didn't know
you had the option not to.
I mean, you had to get rid of it.
Yeah, I had to get rid of it.
You had the option not to take it.
Yeah, like,
or you install it and you charge an extra $50 a rent, and that
yes,
it's a feature now.
Like I sent this to our group chat on Snapchat, and Ace was like, "Oh, you should take it. Go donate it to."
You should.
Yes. But I'm like, it's falling, like the box is just falling apart. I'm 3 stories up and I'm just trying to be really nice and say no, because it was a $200 stripper pole. I looked it up and everything.
Oh, you should have grabbed it.
Yeah. But now I was looking at this thing and then I was looking at the piece that like wasn't fully part of like everything else. And it was not all the way together. Like it wasn't all the way together. There was parts that were falling off. Things weren't not like perfect or whatever. I'm just kind of like, do I want to pick this box up? And then the moment that I picked up the box, everything started falling out from the bottom. It's like, nope, I'm not gonna make another mess for myself to have to deal with.
Yeah.
Like I was just kind of nope. But like, imagine just, I don't know. That's just that was my first apartment ever that I had to clean up at my work, and I find a stripper pole. That's a golden gem. Like,
I mean, yeah. When I worked for water mitigation, I would go into people's houses and I had to clean it out and whatnot. And the thing that's burned in my brain to this day that I found was in the like those small doors that are like like when houses have slanted roofs, it's normally like
Mhm.
storage and whatnot. I
Mhm.
opened that up and I found a clown costume, and I'm just like, I'm not fucking with this. I'm leaving. Like,
Like,
I'm
no.
done. I literally called my boss and was just like, I'm going home. I found a clown
Oh,
costume.
no.
That's
Bradley,
it.
you
Like-
strike me as the type of man that just be like, if there was a clown in the room, you're just like, no, we're not doing this, and leave.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I hate clowns. I say this as I have like an it tattoo on my body. Fucking hate clowns.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it technically isn't a clown. It's a type of monster that feeds off your fear.
It's a monster. Yeah.
Okay,
just comes up-
actually, no, hey, fuck you. It's a clown. Like,
Yeah.
it,
He just takes the form of a
you
clown.
imagine it right now in your fucking head, guess what? It's a clown.
Well, I mean, clowns aren't my greatest fear. They're just creepy.
No, it.
It's because it's off-settling is why he shows up as a clown.
Pennywise.
Did you know? Okay, so on the subject of clowns, let's talk about the history of fucking clowns and how people didn't think it was weird to let people that were in makeup and outfits and everything come into their children, like into their house and entertain their children without supervision. That was a thing, and it wasn't until these kids
Yeah,
grew
clowns
up.
were like babysitters.
Yes, they were basically babysitters during parties.
Babysitter. I mean, they're an entertainer. They're
Yeah.
like,
Well, no, back in like the 1940s, like.
Like when they first
I
started
mean,
showing up.
you
But-
have a point.
But
But like,
here's the thing, is that it didn't click into anybody's mind until these kids grew up and were just like, that was the creepiest fucking experience of my life.
hmm.
And that tells you everything you need to know about boomers.
I want
What a logic leap there, Dono.
I don't know.
Come on.
So
Okay, you
we're
can
hitting the half. We're hitting the halfway point of this
Are we?
this podcast.
Oh, yeah,
stream.
yeah.
We've been completely all over the fucking place this episode.
talk about strippers.
Oh yeah, we've already hit an hour and 10. Wow.
Do y'all do New Year's resolutions?
real quick.
I
Yes.
used-
But real quick, on the fact of stripper poles, what's the fuck's his name? The singer that says, I'm in love with a stripper. He made that song as a joke, and then
R. Kelly?
his like producer came in.
Oh,
His producer came in and she's like, that's a fucking hit. Oh, it was like T-Pain.
In love with
Is it R. Kelly? Wait,
uh,
T-Pain did a song about strippers.
many rappers have done songs about
I know,
strippers.
but it's like a
T-Pain.
really,
it's T-Pain.
yeah, T-Pain. Yeah, I'm in love with a stripper. He made that as a joke to his friend. Like he
Yeah.
was in the middle of the studio, just like just doing it. And what was it? Like there was like some higher up, like really well-known rapper at the time that came into the studio and he's just like, I just heard that. That's a fucking hit. Sell it. And he's just like, all right, yeah. I wasn't gonna do this at all. And now he's absolutely famous.
I think a funny bit for us to do. We shouldn't do this.
Mm-hmm.
I say funny as in this is my sense of humor and probably only mine. Is every episode we should pull up a random rap song and read it like slam poetry. Because instantly I pulled up I'm in love with a stripper and like here's what I get hit with. Got the body of a goddess, got eyes butter pecan brown, I see you girl, dropping low. She's coming down from the ceiling with that flow.
You reading songs is hilarious.
It
Singing
is.
them is fun. Reading them is hilarious.
Walk.
Like
Just
you
walk.
can do that with any song, not just a rap.
Just any song. The way that you just said that is like, yeah, dude, yeah, any song.
There is a song I constantly make fun of, a country song called "Body Like a Back Road." Yeah,
I know
like
exactly what you mean.
Lots of bumps and curves.
yeah. So like I
Yeah.
like anytime I'm with my friends and this song comes on, I'm like, yeah, you got a body like a back road. I only take you while I'm drunk.
Whoa, whoa!
No, you got a body
Alrighty.
like a back road. I don't want people to know I'm using you.
Oh my god.
This is just that episode of Game Changer.
It is. It 100% is. Yeah,
Fun episode.
absolutely. Yeah.
You've got a body like a back road, probably full of dirt that I'm willing to get off my boots later.
Oh my
You
god.
got a body of a back road full of holes no one's filling yet.
Oh. Ah! Ah!
You've got a body like a back road. The government does not recognize you.
You got a body like a back road? Google Maps has no idea you're there.
It's getting worse.
It is. It's slowly de-evolving and just talking about a
you've
road.
got a body like a back road. Only the most mysterious people live in it.
God damn.
You got a body like a back road. I don't know where you are. Like I couldn't find you
Someone
anywhere.
told
Like,
me about it, and I still don't understand.
I got plenty of directions, still can't find it. Like,
Yeah.
oh, so New Year's resolution.
Oh yeah.
Got a body like a back road.
I have something
get
after
lost
this
and
to
I
talk
die
about.
trying to find my way out.
I have something after this to talk about, but let's do New Year's resolutions.
I also had a thing too, but yeah, New Year's resolutions is good.
Yeah.
We can do this quick. Like, do y'all even do them? Like,
I
yeah.
used to, and then I realized that, like, the longest I ever got into any New Year's resolution was 3 days.
really?
Within my recent memory, the longest I ever held on to a New Year's resolution was 3 days.
Um,
I cannot think of a single New Year's resolution that lasted beyond the month of January in my own mind. Not in my own mind.
Yeah.
I usually hit my New Year's resolutions.
Really?
What was this year?
Mine was I wanted to heal from because my friend passed away. I was just like, I need to focus on that. I wanted to grow A&I. Like I do ones that are like possible but not unbelievably hard to do. And then start not like one of them is always work on my health. And I always make sure that I spend time during the year, even if I like completely ruin it, just to really work on my health. And I usually succeed by the end of the year to kind of, because I'm down 20 pounds. So
hey, good for you.
And I've been able to keep it off and like feel confident with that too. So thank you. It's nothing special. I'm still fat. I need to work on that.
I think this year, I remember my heaviest point this year, I was 350 pounds and now I'm 315. So
wow, that's a big difference.
I've made, I don't know if I don't know what I weigh now, because when I have readily available access to food in like my fridge and my like and my cabinets and stuff, that tends to go up a little bit because I'm just like, I actually can eat whenever I would like to eat, so I will. But when I'm in my usual rhythm of like, oh, you don't do breakfast. If I get a meal at Cracker Barrel, great. If I get a meal to go, if I get a meal while I'm out of work, great. Whatever. Like I don't have like an eating schedule.
Yeah.
But in that typical pattern, I'm hovering around like 310, 350.
Okay.
Which is better than I was.
But I don't know how many people are watching it, but like when it comes to New Year's resolutions, I learned a long time ago to make them ones that you can fulfill throughout the year. Instead of it just being like, oh, I need to focus on it right away, because you may not be ready to do it right away. But do something where it's you're gonna do it throughout the year and it's a slow burn, instead of something that's like, oh, I need to lose like 20 pounds. Let's go to the gym and start working out like crazy and completely change your lifestyle. Instead, just be like, you know what? I want to feel healthier. And that doesn't exactly mean that you're gonna lose weight. That means that you're gonna change the way that you eat, or like help yourself to. Now, health can be mental, it can be physical, it can be a lot of different things. But exactly, Primal Goddess, set monthly goals. Like make it.
Set monthly goals. It also boils down to self-talk. There's a big difference between like I want to lose X amount of weight and like I just want to feel better. Like it is a lot how you talk to yourself that kind of changes those outcomes.
I did have a thought of a New Year's resolution that I would like to do.
Okay.
This year, if it was at all possible. I don't think it is because of my current job and my current like whatever. I could technically start doing this in the new year if I wanted to, if I just got a couple of expenses in order for it. But a couple of expenses in order means a little bit more monthly payment for me, which is something I could do it, but I don't know if I would. I thought that a good New Year's resolution for me, because of my video and film production stuff, would be if I had the time and the money to do it, I would want to produce a YouTube channel, a YouTube video for my YouTube channel. I would want to produce one video every week.
Oh wow!
On a random
a random thing. It could be a short film. It could be a video essay. It could be whatever. Just a video every week for a year.
Yeah.
And like it's something that people do as their livelihood, as their job, as that's what they do. But I've never convinced myself to do it until like I get the professional position that I'm looking for, until I have like a studio position, or until I have like a something like that. Because if I wanted to do a short film, then I could. I don't want to just resort to the vlog thing that a lot of successful people with, you have a lot of successful people with millions of subscribers, and then a lot of everybody else like that that hardly get more than 100 in a given day.
What? All right, not to cut you off, but like thinking about that and like the film and producing that kind of thing, like for me, looking at that, thinking producing a video, like a quality video, once a week is hard. Like that, like for me, most of my videos are just like spatter off my freaking mind.
I thought of a perfect schedule to do it. I thought that if I made that if Sunday was a day off and Monday was the day that the previous work's video was released, then Tuesday would be the script day, Wednesday and Thursday would be shooting days. If shooting is done on Wednesday, then Thursday and Friday would turn into editing days, and Saturday would turn into finalizing, finalizing anything else.
Yeah.
And then Sunday would turn into the day off again. But with work and you guys and everything else, like if my totally regular schedule were to come back, Friday evenings and Saturday evenings would be with this channel again. And Monday being the release day we would be doing this. But every other point of time in my schedule like that right now is work. Is my job at Cracker Barrel. And which, by the way, has been going pretty well. Christmas Eve, there were a lot of people working on Christmas Eve, so I only ended up with $75.
Oh wow!
But that's because we had like 18 to 20 people working, and we closed 6 hours early.
Yeah, so it cuts into everything. But $75 for something where you close 6 hours early, still freaking good.
Yeah,
like a good day for tips for me when I was working as a delivery guy was like 70. Like that was a great day for tips. I usually only got like 20 to 30.
My daily quota, a base minimum day that if I made it every day, I'm able to pay all my bills and all my other stuff. And have like the bare minimum to pay all my bills is $84 a day.
Okay.
So if I can make that in a given day, I know that if I make more than that in a given day, then I know I have some wiggle room.
Yeah.
If I make 100, if I do a triple digit day, I'm even better.
Yeah.
And there's one day out of my week where I'm almost guaranteed to have a triple digit day because it's a double shift. So it's one of those things. But yeah. That's a New Year's resolution that I've thought about in the past.
Should we make a New Year's resolution for for this show? Something that we want to do together?
I don't know.
How about we do that? How about we do that instead of life advice at the end of this episode?
Yeah. Well, that's something that here's my thing. I think that we all kind of work well within film and just the idea there's voice obviously we can voice act. Some of us are a lot better at writing than others. We're all very creative. I think it would be fun if we ended up doing either something that I think would be awesome for us to work on together is either just doing a short film or short cartoon, voice acting it and then getting something together. I know it would take forever, but writing a script for it, or getting a script made together of something small. Creating. Exactly.
We should collectively write a script of the Bermuda Triangle moving.
Honestly, I would not be opposed.
Here's the thing.
I would not be opposed to putting together a
two scripts: a
Mhm.
short film script that we can actually do,
Mhm.
and a feature length script
Mhm.
that
Okay.
could be made
That we
into.
can go
Yeah.
sell.
Yeah.
We can go pitch.
Mhm.
I
And
would
then-
not be opposed to making that with you guys.
That would be a hysterical Dapper D's episode.
Mhm.
All of us just sitting down and being like, we're gonna start writing a movie script. Like,
Well,
Exactly.
I took
Maybe show us the
I'm
ways.
just
I
gonna
took
throw this
2
in there.
years-
I think
2
the main
years of
character
my
should be
video
like a
and film
5-year-old.
education- 2 years of my video and film education were dedicated to perfecting the
Mhm.
process of writing a
Mhm.
feature-length script,
Yes.
or perfecting the process is not the
I
way
know what
I
you
would
mean.
put it,
Yeah.
but yeah.
But 100%, I think the main character of said Bermuda Triangle thing should be
Oh,
like a
God.
5 to 10-year-old kid that's
strongly
dealing
disagree.
with the way that it's psychologically seen through them. Like it could be either horror or it could be funny, like because you could have breaks of just like not like they're realizing this. It's just like, son, it's time to get it. Nah, juice box. Like,
This
juice
has all the
box.
It has all the mental notes of movies like Moonfall and Don't Look Up, and if it turned out like either of those movies, I would be very disappointed in myself.
Mhm. Okay, I don't know either one of those movies, but yeah,
Don't.
I've been watching a
glad
lot of
you don't
Family
know.
Guy lately, so my like creativity brain is mostly
Oh,
because I do not have the brain power to think in the last couple of weeks.
oh boy.
Ugh.
Ugh.
So I just realized I'm not going to be able to record the Dapper draft either that we're going to do.
Oh yeah,
I can write it down. Oh shit. Yeah.
yeah.
Eh,
So we'll
Hey.
do one. We'll do
Okay.
one, but we're not.
What was the
gonna
thing
put
that
it
I was
up.
thinking of before we started talking about that?
I had another thing too, but that was like.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
that's right.
do y'all, you guys we want to take 5, and we'll come back a little more organized, finish up like the
Yeah.
topics we want to hit.
It's like a little fiver. Everybody gets
Is that
some.
good with you, Dippy, or do you want to go now?
I mean, I know that my thing that I had was going to take a hot minute because I'm entering storyteller mode with this thing that I'm going to talk about, and
Okay.
that'll be a good 20 minutes of content if
Yeah.
All right,
I'm
then
if
let me
I'm
stretch.
quick.
Let me stretch my legs and whatnot, and we can kick right
Yeah,
back
let's
up with
take
that.
5. Yeah,
Let's take a 5.
absolutely.
We'll be right
See you in
back,
5 minutes.
everybody. Loving
Bye.
faces.
All right.
Bye bye.
Don't go anywhere.
Bye.
Stick around.
Hello and welcome.
Welcome back. We're the Dapper Ds.
Welcome back.
We've been talking about stuff.
Well, how are we?
Podcast. It's the last episode of the year.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
We started this baby in
And-
March, right?
Huh?
Did we start this in March or May?
Mark.
The Lost first episode was recorded in February, and we
Oh,
didn't
wow.
start posting the full VODs to the channel until March.
Okay.
Like the first episode that was posted to the channel was Pokemon Smash or Pass, and that was in the end of March.
Legendary
Oh, okay.
episode, by the way.
Yeah, it's
Second.
all gone downhill from there.
Yeah. That was their best one.
Final one. Pokemon Smash or Pass was all right. I mean, we mentioned on the last podcast episode our favorite episodes and bits so
Mhm.
far.
Yeah.
And we haven't done. We did the Christmas tier list. We did Wordle 3, and we did what else? Fall Guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since then, plus this, so
Mhm.
nothing much has really changed. Although I did love the
Mhm.
Christmas tier list episode.
Yeah.
It was pretty good. But yeah, I had a couple things.
Our first game next year is going to be a redo of a demo
It's
that
gonna
we
be a
did.
follow-up. It's gonna be a total
I gotta go buy
follow-up.
that. I have the money, but I just keep forgetting to go buy it.
But I wanted to very briefly mention
Mhm.
how fucking cold it's been.
I had ice in my there was ice on my walls.
Oh my god, what? Like
Negative-
on
Get
your
something-
interior walls?
You need to get something looked at, buddy.
How the fuck did that happen, dude?
I have old
What?
windows and the moisture's coming
Ah.
in and shit like that. but yeah.
Oh,
We're gonna get them replaced. Like we can't do it now. It's the middle of fucking
Right.
winter, but some of my walls had ice on them, and it was fucking ridiculous.
well,
my peephole to my door, iced over.
oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
When I was driving to work when the cold front moved through,
Mhm.
this was on Thursday, I believe, or sometime.
Mm-hmm.
When I was driving to work, I checked my in-car thermometer and it read -1.
Yep.
Ooh. I don't
And
like
the wind chill brought that down to -13. So yeah, it was fucking cold.
Yeah.
My
So-
driver's side door was frozen shut,
Oh my
Mhm.
god.
so I had to climb in through the passenger door. But other than that,
Mm-hmm.
it was not as bad as last year was. Last year was a fucking torrential snow. There was a torrential snowstorm in February last year. It poured down like there were 3 inches. There was like 1.5 inches of ice, and then like 7 or 8 inches of snow.
Yeah.
That was a fucking storm. To
This
remember.
year is the first year that I've been outside, and if I'm out there longer than say 20 seconds, my entire beard is frozen.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Like
That's not fun.
so Friday was the last day of my work. Like obviously I'm on
Yeah.
like whatever. Friday it was just storm. Like we didn't have to come in. But if I did, it was double time and a half and whatever, and I just had to check my building.
Yeah.
But I remember being like, okay, I gotta go check other buildings now. Left my building, the door locked behind me, and I went to the next building. And by the time I had made it to the next building, which is about 30 steps away, my hands frozen, my freaking mustache and my beard completely just like ice cold. And I went to go I grabbed the door, tugged on it, completely locked. I'm like, fuck. And now I have to run through this like blistering wind because it was -1, but it felt like -32.
Oh my god. What fucking wind? What?
It
Oh, that
was
Michigan, yeah.
so bad. Like Canada's right there, my guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I remember
You're surrounded by the Great Lakes. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
going to produce
like
a lot of
my
cold.
body was
watery
just like if I didn't make it to my car and if I didn't have my keys on me, I would have been freaking just a popsicle. Like it was so
My
goddamn
God.
bad. Yeah. Just fuck no. I don't.
That's rough.
I don't want to deal with that anymore.
I would love to like put on like 3 or 4 layers of clothing and just stand out in weather like that and see what it feels like.
Oh, it's fucking
Oh, yeah.
sucks.
At least once.
It
Like I
sucks
got
so bad.
close, but that would be something I would be willing to experience. I've always thought of myself as a cold person.
I mean, I've done like the penguin plungeons and stuff of like,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, wearing a Speedo, hopping in the ocean in the middle of winter. Like,
Oh god,
I love it. The fucking endorphins that your brain pumps you with when you're done is awesome.
yeah.
Like it genuine, like makes you feel so clear
what is it?
afterwards.
19 minutes a week. If you spend 19 minutes a week, in like a cold shower or a cold bath, it does so much like health. It does so many
9.
health.
It's
No.
less than 10, not less than 20.
No. It's 19
Oh wait, a week?
for
Yeah,
the
no,
week, yeah.
sorry.
So it's about 2.5 minutes a day.
Right.
If you do that, it has so many benefits, and I do like it wakes you up and does. Like, I do it all the time. Like I
same,
cranked that shit to the coldest setting, and I just sit there and grind. Like the first 10 seconds is the worst, and then after you're done through that, it's fine.
Yeah.
See, if I could put a tub on my apartment's 2nd floor balcony and fill it with ice cold water and sit in it for 2.5 minutes a day, I probably would. But I don't know where I'm going to find a tub that big. I don't know where I'm going to get all that water, and I don't know what my downstairs neighbors would say if it started leaking water into their apartment.
That's fair.
Mhm.
Yeah. Maybe when I have my own space, like my own house or my own space one day.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'll do it. But the other thing I wanted to mention is that both my apartment and my house, the running water stopped working, and it still has not come back on.
Mhm.
The
That
infrastructure down here in southern Middle Tennessee has apparently reached a breaking point where it's like there was a fire suppression system that cracked and sucked up all the water in like a county-wide area, and they just want to wait for the water to recharge in the stations, but everybody was trying to drain all the water from the system that they could so that they didn't run out of it, and we still don't have any.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Fuck, man.
So we had to go down to the pond that we have outside of my house, and then we
fill up a bucket and to flush the toilet.
They filled the water with it, the water heater with it.
Yeah.
Because the water heater can drain impurities, obviously.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So that was fun. It means that we at least have some fresh water at our disposal.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that also meant that I had to squat next to my pond with a bucket and manually fill up 4 5-gallon buckets.
Which that shit's heavy. Water is. People don't talk about how weirdly heavy water is.
Yeah.
It's like 8 gallons a pound or 8
strange
pounds
like
a gallon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It'd be strange like that.
It'd be weird. God, why you make water so dense? Fuck you.
That would be God or whoever you're willing to believe created the universe.
And then you think about us being like 70% water, just fucking
like, yeah, that's fair.
Like if you dehydrate me and made me a raisin, how heavy would I actually be?
The Japanese would have an answer for you.
What?
Oh God, I don't want to talk about this.
Uh-huh.
Why did I bring it up? There was a team of people in the Japanese military that conducted experiments on humans in their internment camps.
Yes.
One such experiment was literally fully dehydrating a body and seeing how much it weighed afterwards.
Have you guys? Okay, this is something I looked up this month. Have you guys ever looked up the like the technological feats that happened during World War II?
Jesus fuck.
Or because of the war?
Yeah, I mean, it's some crazy shit.
Occasionally,
like I had known that there was a lot, but I didn't know exactly.
We made like 20 years of progress in 5 years.
Oh,
yeah.
We made leaps and bounds of progress from both sides in just a small amount of time. Like it's insane.
Like 20 years of technological progress in like 5 years.
And then not like, and that just set the premise for like what we're in now.
Yeah.
Like it's insane. Unfortunately
Accelerationism
about
is
some
a
people, but yeah.
scary. Accelerationism is a scary political theory,
Mhm.
man.
Yeah. But the fact that like if we didn't have that war, how many of us would just die from like infection
Mm.
and
Mm?
shit, or like
No,
just
yeah,
die of like
that's fair.
a flu and shit. Yeah.
Right.
Like or just have to deal with pain because what was it, morphine became a thing in World War II. It was very popular for helping
That I don't know.
like during surgeries. Also like battlefield surgeries and keeping the limb of like someone that has been shot instead of cutting it off before World War II. That was not a thing. Like if you got
It's like
shot
you
in your
had to
leg, yeah, you had to amputate to keep infection down. We gained I can't remember the exact thing, but not like infection went down tremendously on the battlefield. Like they would treat infection on the battlefield, create and do surgery as well
Mhm.
to get bullets out.
Mhm.
Like surgery wasn't a thing before World War II.
Mm.
It
Wait, when did World War II take place?
1939 to 1945 for most
I
of the
don't-
world. The
I don't
U.S.
want-
entered
Yeah.
the
I
U.S.
don't wanna
entered World War II in 1941.
I don't want to fact check too much. Morphine was a thing in 1803.
Really?
That's when it like started
Oh.
being commonly used.
What
Well,
was the fuck that-
morphine was a thing in 1803 because morphine was a primary ingredient in laudanum,
Yes.
and laudanum is some freaky shit.
I think
but
I think
morphine-
it started becoming a thing for medical use.
like medically, what is it? Medically enriched morphine.
Morphine was widely used after its invention, and mostly used in surgery starting after the years of 1853.
So the Civil War.
So okay,
Civil
so
War.
surgery
Or
was a
pre-Civil-
thing.
yeah.
I think it. Oh God, because that makes sense. Surgery was a
was
thing because
man's
obviously
portability.
amputation and then like dentists and surgeons were the same thing. There's a show with Daniel Radcliffe where he's a dentist surgeon, and it's like raunchy as hell, but it's good. I can't remember the name of it, but it's from before war. But I can't remember because I remember reading it and then not. Fuck. Surgery became like more of a thing back then. Like I think they created it for like a military form or whatever. I gotta relook up these facts that I read.
Yeah.
God, I hate this.
By the way, just to keep a recurring segment recurring on this show, I looked up the Urban Dictionary definition of the day, and it is airport boy.
Ooh.
When you go to the airport and see a
Wait.
really cute guy that you know you'll never see again.
I was just about to ask if I can guess the definition. Yeah, there's a weird sexual tension anytime you see anyone your age at an airport alone.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's this really weird shit happens to me. I don't get it.
Penicillin was a thing.
Penicillin,
Radar,
yeah, penicillin.
computers. More came out developing during the Second World War II.
Alan Turing invented the modern computer in World War II to crack the Enigma code. There's a whole movie about it called The Imitation Game.
Super glue was a thing that came out with World War II.
Probably.
Satellites.
Yes.
ATMs.
Do y'all know about the invention of silly string?
No, but
I think I do, but I'd go on.
I'll make it as quick as I can. They wanted to make a spray-on cast. They wanted to make an adhesive that could harden when it hit air. So they're trying all these different nozzles for the spray-on cast formula, and one of them just launched it across the room, and they're like, "That's fucking hysterical." Gave up on the spray-on cast and made silly string as a toy.
Freeze-dried coffee. Radar.
Okay, that's not an invention we needed.
Ballpoint pens.
Oh, Dippy froze.
That was because I believe
phone
the
turned off. It's because my phone turned off.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
The ballpoint pen was a thing because they were going into space.
Yeah.
And they needed
all pens before that time worked with graphite.
jet engines, photocopying.
Yeah.
That was just 10. All right. I'm looking at like the fascinating one is the medical forwardness. Why is Advanced medicine during the advances in medicine during the wars. I want a list. I don't want to read your bullshit article.
While he's finishing that up,
The bombing.
I had one more topic that I would like to
Yes.
talk about. Just considering the Christmas season, what is the segue I was going to use for this? The Christmas season is a time for family, but not all family is especially memorable or what's the word? Fondly remembered. And I was going to tell, for the first time at least, not just on stream, but to my lovely friends Dono and Dadley here, about a quote unquote family member that we had for a while who was significantly harder to deal with for not just myself but everyone in my family than we thought.
Okay. So
we'll move to that
the
when
thing
Dono.
with the surgery. What?
What?
Should quit being an old
I
man.
might have just hopped in Dono's wife's stream and said Dono's being an old man talking about World War II.
Go away. Get on my hair,
Oh my
woman. So because of World War II, the removal of dead skin instead of a limb, it became more popular to help treat bacterial infection. Penicillin and streptococcus were administered for the first time in large scale combat. If I'm reading this correctly, they changed it from plasma to blood. Being administered instead of like giving them plasma, giving them blood in combat to help with surgeries or like with blood loss.
Might be the other way around because plasma is more pure than blood, but go on.
Yeah. Tropical Island, Pacific, malaria and serious treatment services members received Adabrin, a group of medications used to protect against malaria. So like antibiotics for malaria.
Lots of cures for diseases.
Yeah, basically like it helped with minor wounds that became less deadly because of it. So is what I'm basically reading.
Yeah.
I know, so not to be like sucking a Nazi's dick or anything like that, but like the shit that was found because of that is crazy. You should look it up sometime. Not fuck the Nazis, but you know, like the shit that came out of that, ridiculous. Like the Jews. Sorry, but like thank you for.
Dude,
I don't fucking know.
You made your point.
I made a respond.
Where are you
I don't know
going
how
with
to
that,
fucking
buddy?
not respond to this. Never mind. Fuck me. I did something wrong.
You're digging a.
I'm digging myself a hole and I'm getting myself out of it right now.
You're still digging. You're
I'm
gonna
out.
stop digging that hole once you
I'm
shut
down.
up.
I'm done. I'm done.
Okay.
But like, if you ever
shovel
want
is down.
like, just look up technical advancements during World War II. It's insane.
Just had to put it. Just had to get one more power stroke of that shovel. Okay.
You know where else you can do?
What?
Go to a bar, meet people, talk to humans.
Stop calling me old. As being part Jewish, it's okay, Donna. We understand. I'm trying to say it correctly. Thank you, Primal Goddess, for making me not feel like a piece of shit. The moment that came out of my mouth,
pull you out of it.
Yeah, the moment that came out of my mouth, I'm like, I'm saying this wrong. I should shut up.
Tippy, what did you want to talk about?
Yeah, so I want to tell y'all beforehand that my disclaimer for this is that I do not value the privacy of this person as much as they value their image of themselves. So
narcissism.
They are they're like a very online figure. You can find out a lot about them if you really looked, because they want to be that. But I'm not like censoring a name here because I don't know where they are at in life right now. I'm just telling you about my experience with them. So when I was younger, not too much younger than I am now, but young enough that I was still in high school technically.
the church that I went to had a family. One of the church families was the Joneses, and the Joneses were a nice older family. Paul was the deacon of my church. He's the right hand man to the priest, and he had his family consisted of his mother and a bunch of and a couple of his siblings. His mother, Nancy Jones, brought in and adopted a girl supposedly from the foster, well, not supposedly, this did happen, from the foster care system, and her name was Molly. Now, Molly was very young when she was adopted by Nancy, and she lived with the family for several years. Nancy had paperwork made out a couple of years before the turning point of this, where if she were to come into an accident or something like that, the people who would take over Molly's care signed documentation, and my family, being the good people that we are, signed at the top of that list. And then not too long after that, Nancy Jones suffered a brain aneurysm, crashed her car, and died.
Holy shit.
In February of I want to say 16. This was a time. It might have been 2017. It might have been right before I graduated.
All right, we got it.
But Molly came to us.
Sorry.
Hey, we've had long episodes in the past.
I'm just really interested in like what the happening, and instead of like wondering about the date. Sorry.
I said this before the break. I'm in storyteller mode. This could take 20 minutes if I'm quick. So Nancy passed, which meant that Molly came to us. And when she did, there was immediately a tonal shift in the house.
Mm-hmm.
She brought all of her immediate belongings to the house, including a pet guinea pig named Patrick.
Good name for a guinea pig.
We had a couple of other, and she inhabited the guest room. What was the guest room became her room, basically. And the entire time that she lived with us, she was causing a bit of a stir. Mm-hmm. We came to find out that she was spoiled by the Joneses. She had a lot of things given to her because of a story that she liked to tell to her family. And take this with a grain of salt, because we also found out that she is probably a compulsive liar. She was in the foster care system. This really happened. She was in the foster care system because her birth parents did not treat her the best. I will leave it at that for Twitch TOS purposes. That stuff did happen. But the stuff that I speculate may or may not have is that when she was passed around families in the foster care system, some of them took advantage of her as well.
Yep.
And she had this very sad story that she told us too. And we, respected her and loved her for it. We helped her out as much as we could. She didn't have a phone, so we got her a phone. And when she was old enough, after she took her driver's test, she learned to drive and began to drive one of our family cars. She liked to play games with my family. She would lie to them and tell them that I did something when in reality she had been the one to do it. And my mother immediately shut her down after that, because she had me and was now taking care of her. So she was not going to be playing that game. She also liked to blame a lot of her problems on her friends, on her on her personal possessions or whatever they were. And we always said that if she would just listen to the advice that we gave her, she would be a much better person. But she never did. In her time with us, she crashed that family car not once, not twice, but 3 times.
Goddamn.
All 3 times we had to front the bill for the repairs, for the body repairs, and one of those 3 crashes was puncturing a hole in the gas tank. Yeah, that was bad.
That's not fun. I've had to remove a gas tank. That ain't fun.
I say this next piece with all the love in my heart. She was a bit ditzy. She was not the brightest bulb in the box.
Mhm.
She was not the greatest kid in school either. Somehow, when she came to my school after failing to go to hers because we had to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, drop her off at a family friend's house, the bus had to pick her up at 5 o'clock in the morning and then bring her to school because her school was 45 minutes away from us that she was going to before.
Mhm.
After that failed and she had to start going to my school, she somehow ended up with A's in the classes that she needed to get them in, and she graduated.
Mhm.
But
you were in more of like a private school where it was like one-on-one kind of
It
a
wasn't-
situation.
I mean, it was a small school. I
Yeah.
it wasn't
private,
a
right?
private school. It was a small public school.
Okay.
I graduated in a class of 23, but that's because those 23 were the only kids that age in the town where I lived. Yes.
So you would say your graduating class was 23 and me?
Oh my God.
Dippy, if you
Oh,
ever
I
want
love
me
you,
to just
Dadley.
mute Dadley, just let me know.
No, he's good for now.
For now, you're on thin fucking ice.
So how
You are on thin fucking
where are we at
So
the
anyway.
story? Because I have things, but yeah. So I just,
Nobody told you to hurry up, Donna.
no. But like I'm just okay. I'll shut up. I'm sorry.
I don't want to be a dick, but this is the second time now you've tried to rush Dippy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop. I'm sorry. I'm just
You're
like,
all right, Donna.
I'm not
I'm
gonna
just calling
story.
it as a friend.
I'm just like
What are we at?
Part of me
We're
wants-
only at 2 hours and 10 minutes.
I know. I'm just like my brain's wanting
What
to
did you
like
wanna say? What
deconstruct
did you wanna
things.
say?
No,
What did you
don't
wanna
worry about it. Just we can deconstruct afterwards because I want to hear all of it because I want to get all the information.
So when she went to my school, she dated and subsequently broke up with at least 4 people
Mm-hmm.
as she was going to my school.
That's fine.
That was always fun.
How long was she at your school?
And because I grew up in that school, I knew everybody in her classes that she was dating, and she always picked the worst ones.
Fantastic.
From personal experience. The douchebags, the not so bright ones, the people who were like
What would be considered aiming low on the
so they're aiming low on the chart and hoping for the best.
Nothing against those people. I'm sure they've made something
nothing
respectable of
against those
themselves.
people. God bless them, but like
I grew up to be pretty stupid, so
in the social hierarchy,
Sadly,
one of the people that
you're
one
a
of
great
the people
person
that
when you
she
get to know
dated,
you, but
one of the people that she dated, I will not say who this is because again, but one of the people she dated tried to swim across the river that our town bordered on, and was arrested on the other side when he succeeded.
Wait, why is that against the law?
I don't know, public, whatever it was. Endangerment because that river is used by tugboats and stuff like that.
Okay, fair, yeah.
But
trespassing.
Anyways, trespassing too.
Yeah.
There was not a lot of memories between me and her. I will give her credit for one thing.
Mm-hmm.
One night when I was driving home from church with her in my car, a cop was hidden in the bushes on one of my local roads when I was going a little too fast. And he started to pull me over, and I had my phone in my lap. She grabbed the phone out of my lap and put it in the center console.
Smart.
Before the officer came up to the car,
This
I was
is
like,
why
"What
you
are you
need
doing?"
someone that's a little sketchy with you at all times.
I said, "What are you doing?" I looked down and saw what she was doing, and I was like, and she looked at me, and she just gave me one of these.
Yep.
And I was like, and he let me off with a warning. He didn't, I didn't get anything that night.
I mean,
and I might have gotten much worse than that if I had still had evidence of my phone on my lap. So
because
I will give her credit for one thing. She did save my ass one time.
And
I respected her. That didn't mean that I liked her.
And that was probably like when it was like a big button topic to be texting and driving or like being on your phone.
I have 2 marks on my insurance for that shit. It sucks.
Yeah.
So she had a bit of a temper problem when she started with us. That lessened, but that turned into a bit of an attitude problem otherwise. An attitude like I don't know, emotionally manipulative.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the real juicy stuff starts when she graduates from my school.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
My parents get her to sign a physical contract somehow that she can keep the phone in the car if she stays in school and gets good grades.
Mm-hmm.
This is day zero of modern day Molly's incidents.
Okay.
We take her to her new school, which is UT Martin, which is it's a division of the University of Tennessee in Middle Tennessee. It's a smaller division, but it's respectable in its own right. We thought she's going to do great here. She has a roommate from her hometown going with her. Like, that's great. We love it.
Mhm.
While she was there, she not only didn't keep up with her school or her grades or anything like that, she began to drink.
Mm-hmm.
And this was right after she had turned 18.
Mm-hmm.
One of these incidents led to her getting in our car with her friend, driving it along the road for a little bit, crashing it into a telephone pole, abandoning it, going back to her dorm with her dorm mate in another car. The police found our car, and with the registration on the inside, with the parking registration on the inside, tied it back to her, found her at her apartment where she was drunk, questioned her. What do you think happened to her as a result of this?
Probably nothing.
She
Young
probably-
girl, like
Mhm.
yeah.
Nothing. She got off scot fucking free
Well,
from
nobody
this.
got hurt. Like she did
She-
abandon a vehicle, but
Well, no, that's there's still costs of money.
She
and
was
reckless
drunk!
endangerment. Like, no, drunk driving isn't a thing that you can look back and say nobody got hurt. You can
Yeah.
kill people easily.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like I wasn't trying to the freaking stop. Like I wasn't trying to like make it seem like it was any worse than what it was, but not like the cops are gonna be sitting there and just like, do I really want to fucking deal with the ticket here, or do I just want to like not berate that person and
yeah.
keep going?
Regardless.
Like bad move on the cops' part, but
Yeah, regardless.
just
She gets off scot-free with all of this under her belt, and she's still only 18 at this point.
mhm.
Mhm.
Couple weeks later, she drops out.
Mhm.
My mom, I think my dad gave her a year. I gave her a week. My mom gave her 3 months. And 3 months is exactly how long she stayed.
Mhm.
When she got out, she finally had the paperwork finalized where she got her inheritance check from Nancy Jones,
Mhm.
who had put her in her will.
Mhm.
Oh wow.
Because Nancy loved her that much. God bless her. She loved her. She spoiled her like a
Mhm.
brat. The last figure I got for this check was $50,000. So
Wow.
an 18-year-old girl
Mhm.
freshly dropped out of college with a check for $50,000.
Yeah.
Who's not afraid
Where
of
did
drinking
she
and driving?
go? Where did she go? Take a guess.
Vegas.
Exactly.
Oh
She
wow,
went
I was
to-
shooting in the dark there.
She went to Vegas, and I believe she lived there for about half a year.
Mhm.
During that time, we discovered that she had made an OnlyFans. We discovered that she had become an avid weed smoker, which is not a problem, but like not something that we expected from her.
Yeah, let's not say that we're diminishing any of those
We're
types
not
of things.
against.
People
We're
are
not.
people
like,
are
on
allowed
this
to live
channel,
their
we're
life
not-
the way that they want, but
Again, yeah. But it was something that we didn't expect from her.
Mhm.
So we learned that she got a new car after the contract voided her phone and her car back to us.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And then about a month, and then about 6 months later, she was broke. So she moved back to Tennessee.
That's rough.
She got a boyfriend that she lived with her boyfriend's grandmother for a short time. In the time that she was doing this, she went out to a bar, got drunk again, went out to a bar with a fake license, got drunk again, left the bar, bumped into a police officer, and assaulted the police officer.
Oh no.
That'll do
This time she was arrested,
Mhm.
and she was taken to juvenile. And we saw her mugshot in the paper, and we thought, "Oh my god!"
She was taking a juvenile?
No, sorry, she wasn't
Jail.
taken to juvenile.
County?
She went to jail. Yeah, she went to
Yeah.
actual jail because she was 18.
she was a
She
grown
went to
adult.
real big person jail, is what we're saying.
I forgot
right?
about that part. Yeah.
Big Daddy jail.
She got bailed out by somebody I don't. She got bailed out by somebody I don't remember who. And after that point, the memories fade into and out of like relevance from me.
Okay.
I know that in that time she moved to another part of Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
Originally, she came to my hometown, but then she moved back to my church town. And last I knew, this was maybe half a year ago at this point, so this might be different. But last I knew, she was living with her biological father again.
Oh, wow.
And she got a job at a Caterpillar construction equipment manufacturing plant on an assembly line. And as far as I know from there, that's where she's still at in her life.
Well,
so
she
we loved her with all of our hearts and with all of our souls. But she would not believe anything that we told her. And as a result, she pushed back against us so much. She came to me for a lot of like personal support and stuff because I was like the child of the family, the one that she could relate to, then talk to. And I helped her where I could, but it wasn't accepted fully during her time span.
Yeah.
She was the sister from hell to me and my family. And it was one of those things that I thought about coming back here this Christmas, thinking like, why did we put up with her, but why did she not want to put up with us?
Yeah.
So that was one of my a period of my life that I remember and have now revealed to you, the audience at home, and to you, the guys that I trust as my friends for apparently the first time.
Dippy, did your parents ever do any research on like the psyche of children that are in the foster care system before?
Oh, we did plenty.
Okay.
As far as I'm aware,
a lot of what you were talking about, it seemed very storybook of like what kids can develop through the foster care system, like the less narcissism, more of the reliance of not like trying to find value in the things that they're doing.
No, yeah, in her case, it was a very heavy narcissism.
Because this is just for anybody that's listening and watching. If you want something, so I want people to just think about this. Our foster care system is one of the only places where kids are 100% a valued thing. Like you have a value to you. And if you do not meet certain people's value, you do not get adopted. Or you stay in that system. So a lot of the times, kids that end up in the foster care system will constantly look at people as value marks and determine whether or not you are valuable enough to see. They will also see everything that they do as needing to be praised and to be seen. And if they is not, then they do not feel that it diminishes the feeling of what their value is. People should not be put in a system of whether or not they are valued by their works instead of who they are as a person. When you are met with that, it hurts your psyche so much that you develop very toxic traits that a lot of people that didn't grow up in that system will look at it and be like, what is wrong with this person? My father-in-law, who is a child of foster care, he was bounced around, went through a lot of the different things that you were talking about, some of them a lot worse, deals heavily with this and has never gone to find help. If you have a child in the foster care system, please take them to therapy. Please let them work that stuff out. They need it. You are not going to be enough.
I want to, for one, just stress, we're 3 people that stream on Twitch. None of us here are trained in any of this.
No, not at all.
No, not at all.
Everything.
And I was only relating my personal experience with this person in an informal conversational way.
Yeah,
absolutely. None of what I said should be taken as advice on how to deal with anything. It was just this is what happened.
So with that said, I just want to say of it's very easy to look at situations like this and say like, oh, the person had the help they needed and they didn't take it and whatnot. It's so fucking hard, like when you're that age and you're so wrapped up in everything, to even realize you need help. Like, you know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
not saying anything she did was right. When you fuck up, you fuck up. That's on
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
But it does, like, I don't know, it does suck. Like I talk about this a lot of like, it sucks that like I have things in my life I suffer from the consequences of, when like the person who made those consequences was like a dumb 17-year-old. They didn't know what the fuck they were doing. Like, so my heart goes out to the young girl you're talking about, of like, I bet like the older she gets, the more she's like kind of realizing she fucked up more and more. I hope so, at least. I hope
sounds like
she
she's
has that
slightly
hindsight.
figuring it out, you know?
As far as I know,
But
I think she still has that job, and I think she has some independent place. But again, I can't say for certain because I don't keep up with her anymore. Like, you can probably find her. She still goes. I think she still goes by Molly. I think she still goes by her adopted name to the Jones family on social media. I think there's a couple of other there's a couple of numbers after her username on some places. I know she's on Snapchat. I know she's on Instagram, because Instagram was where we found out how she had put in her bio that she had an OF, and I was like,
you know, you gotta survive somehow. And some
But it was
people,
like-
that's what they like to do as well.
I'm not going to bring a difference of opinion into this discussion just because that's what this is.
I just want to put this little thing. I know we're not at like the advice part of it, but something that hit me. I had a boss once so I have had a problem in the past not being able to just take a lick and just keep going and just be like, or like take a hit basically and be like, oh, I did something wrong.
Took me a second. I'll be real.
Yeah, take your licks and go. Basically, I would constantly look at like, well, they fucked up too, instead of not, and just be like, why aren't you looking at them? I had a boss that literally looked at me and like freaking thank him for that. I know he wasn't being an asshole. He just sometimes you hear something 100 times, but until the right person says it, it doesn't click. He literally just said, hey, just fucking take it and move on.
Yep.
Like there's no point in like not trying to just be like, but and like, no, you fucked up. People saw that you fucked up. It's like, all right, cool. And then just move on and keep doing not good. Like whining about it or trying to point and blame somebody else makes you look worse than actually just, you know, the thing that happened.
Yeah.
So, and that's something that I've lived by ever since. I've just been like, you know what? I fucked up. I made a mistake. Okay, I'll take that. Let's move on.
Can I say something totally off topic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dippy, are you seeing the glare on Dono's screen of blue when the lights go the brightest?
A little.
A little? It's
you want me to-
glaring on your mic.
Yeah.
You don't have to change it. You don't have to change it right
Okay.
now. It's not that bad.
Okay.
But every once in a while, it lines up immediately under your nose, and it looks like you have glowing.
Oh,
eyes.
I saw that too.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, it's because it's probably like reflecting, like I'm getting the lights from
It's
back here
bouncing
and going
around,
onto my
yeah.
nose. I'm a white boy. I absorb that shit.
What? Excuse me?
Excuse me, sir. Racism.
Talking about?
Nobody's whiter than me.
I didn't know you were white. I thought you've been to Paris before.
Oh,
Too
what a
much. I
fucking
apologize
anger.
if it's too much.
Oh my
it's fine.
god.
Listen, I take no insult to that. That was funny as
So,
fuck.
Not worried about you taking it.
Unless y'all had anything else, I think it's time to move on to the closing remarks.
Oh yeah.
The Dapper
I'll say
Draft.
Oh, okay. Dapper Draft. Let's go. Let's do this
Dapper
thing.
Draft. I cannot record the Dapper Draft this time, so this is a stream-only Dapper Draft experience.
Mm-hmm. Granted, you can take from the recording and cut it
Dapper Draft.
if you want to do it that way. Yeah. There's still possibilities, but you know.
Yeah.
All right. Where's my pen? Here it is.
So,
Put this shit
welcome
down.
everybody to another episode of the Dapper Draft.
The Dapper
Today,
Draft.
Dapper Draft, Dapper Draft. Oh my god, that's great.
I just literally yelled that out.
Like an ESPN beat. So, last time we did things in the colors of the rainbow,
Yes.
I believe. So this time, I mean, it's got to be something Christmas related, right?
Mhm.
What kind of dapper draft do we do around Christmas?
Were you not prepared for this?
Christmas decorations.
What?
Decorations.
Why not just like Christmassy? Like what top 5 Christmassy
Decorations-
things?
Christmas, okay. Christmas decorations is pretty close to just Christmassy things. There are a lot of things that you can use to decorate around Christmas. Okay, let's go with Christmas tree decorations. Things that you can.
Dippy, I didn't have a Christmas tree this year.
I didn't
What are you
decorate my
fucking
Christmas tree this year.
talking about? Like, Chris.
Did I just befuddle you because some people can't get a Christmas tree during Christmas time?
You don't have a tree that you just like store
I
in
don't.
your
You
closet
don't
or
have
your
a
attic
wait. You
or
don't have
whatever.
a
and you
fake tree?
No, I don't.
Oh.
Wow. Okay.
We
Then
can
just-
do.
the
We
The
can
theme
do.
is Christmas. The theme is Christmas.
Just
Wait.
Christmas. Just Christmas.
Wait. No. Hear me out. Hear me out. Worst presents. The worst thing to get as a present.
Congratulations, Primal Goddess, on getting the cat tree up. Sorry, I just had to say that.
I don't know that there's too many things that you could put in that category. There's a lot of
many things.
What?
there's some pretty good there's some pretty good uses for what most people would consider shitty presents. The shittiest present I've ever heard anyone ever getting at Christmas was an advent calendar, because it's an item that you received as a Christmas gift that you're not going to get to use until next Christmas.
Oh,
That is hysterical.
what's y'all's
That-
worst Christmas gift you've ever gotten?
I got
wouldn't-
a box of bullshit.
Yeah,
if I knew, I wouldn't say, just because that's like
I'll say it. Fuck, man. My first Christmas with my wife's family, I came to visit. My father-in-law got me a box of like perfume or like basically body wash stuff because he's like, you
Oh.
stink.
oh
He'd never.
not-
I know, but like it was the intent
hurts.
behind it.
I
Yeah,
get it.
it
I
hurt.
get
if you didn't say it out loud, that's still it's a decent gift in my eyes.
All right. So
Like I think I got deodorant this year because it's a brand of deodorant that I
Oh.
really like.
The other thing is that I'm a very cleanly person. I do not like to stink.
Oh, and well then
Like,
with that
yeah, it
context,
fucking
you should
sucked.
be
I was like, fuck you.
with that context, he should be rattling in his boots. He
ugh.
gave you
He
something
really
that
set.
he knew.
He really set our relationship between me as like his son-in-law and not dad or like father-in-law. You know, like
This is the longest.
Okay,
time
Dapper
that the
Draft, what are we
Draft
doing?
has taken to start.
what are we doing?
The theme is Christmas.
Christmas.
So
Just anything. Christmas.
Christmas.
yeah, Christmas anything. So, I do not have a die to roll to roll the order of this.
Let's go.
Do you want me to roll for you?
Yes, please.
Do you
You
want
get a
blue
1.
or red? Do you want blue or red?
Blue.
All right.
What one should I roll?
Bitch.
What?
Dippy, you got a 15 and I got an 11.
Nice.
I got 13, so I'm going.
All right.
Hey, perfect.
Dippy, Dono, Dadley.
All right, in that order. So, number 1, I'm drafting the strongest. I'm giving the number 1 overall draft pick his just desserts. I'm giving him his just dues. I'm picking the Christmas tree itself.
Oh, the Christmas tree. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm just putting down
You-
tree.
it's the Christmas tree.
Okay.
You know, the holiday, the traditions of the holiday almost all center around the tree.
No, it's
already-
it's a safe first pick.
All right, so Dono.
Krampus.
As
Okay.
a first pick,
Yeah, motherfucker is gonna defend everything.
I'm just saying nobody was trying to take that from you. So
Yeah, I wasn't gonna put.
I'm trying to
I
pull it
might
from
have
thin
taken
air.
him. I might have taken him as Mr. Irrelevant if I had to, but
I'm going with what I thought would have already been gone for my first pick. I'm going good old Saint Nick. I'm going Santa himself. I'm getting the big
Ah.
man.
fuck, man. I was trying not to bring him up because he was going to be next.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, I got him, and
Mhm.
then
You got Santa. Like,
Yeah.
that's the one, you know?
and then right off the back with my second pick, I'm going easy pull right now. I'm going what I need. I'm going with my boy Rudolph.
Ah, motherfuck. Fucking Rudolph.
All right.
Great start. Immaculate start to your list.
I'm gonna go with the North Pole.
Oh,
Okay. All right.
Very good.
Good.
Got your location scouting in. You got the right place.
Some might say that's a first round draft pick, but like,
Yeah, maybe.
Hey, don't judge me.
All right. Well, I don't know how to word. I don't know how to word this next pick. I'm thinking. I was thinking about drafting like the elves in Santa's workshop.
Just elves? Yeah.
Just the elves.
By all means. Yeah, the elves.
The elves.
I
Like
Totally fair.
that's at least 1,000 people. Like
Yeah,
right
no,
there.
you got the squad. You got the
Mhm.
I
squad
got the
ready to go.
coverage. I got all my bases covered with the
Yeah.
elves.
You're just gonna
And-
need the North Pole to do any of your work. So you know.
backing that up, I will say
Back that up, boy.
Frosty the Snowman.
Oh.
Good,
Ooh,
good.
bless you.
There you go.
Because Frosty is just as iconic of a character as Rudolph and Santa in the Christmas tradition, you know. And how many people have you seen building snowmans in their front yards, like in your lifetime, in commemoration of Frosty?
I wouldn't say it's in commemoration of Frosty. That's a stretch.
It's every snowman built is an idol to Frosty.
We are all slowly worshiping Frosty, building monuments to his
hail
glory.
Frosty.
All right, what you
All
got,
right, so-
Dono?
Dono, next
All
up.
right. You guys made me forget it. Fuck. So, let's see. We got Rudolph. We got. Oh, why did I forget it? Oh, I'm gonna go with a vibe. I'm gonna go cozy vibes.
Just straight up cozy vibes.
Yeah, Christmas got that cozy vibe, my guy.
Cozy vibes.
Yeah, it's the
Okay,
vibe.
You know what? All right.
Like, I guess I could add on to it like
The
Christmas songs.
spirit. How
Oh
about
yeah,
the
Christmas spirit. Yeah, I'm down with that. Christmas spirit.
That's a better overall.
That's a better way of saying it. What exactly I was.
That's a better overall pick than just the cozy vibe. Like, there are cozy things at Christmas time, sure. Yeah. The Christmas spirit. That's a pretty good, yeah.
So third round draft pick. This is where like I get to like kind of really flush out my team, and I gotta stay on brand a little bit. I gotta stay close to the heart. I'm going with mistletoe.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you of all people would pick mistletoe.
Yeah,
right?
no, it's on brand. It
It is
the dynamic.
It's gonna be he's gonna be a good mascot, I think.
Yeah. So on that note with mistletoe, I'm going with a pick that like I'm surprised hasn't hit the list yet, but also isn't someone that I necessarily wanted, but I'm gonna scoop him before anyone else.
Right.
Mariah Carey.
Oh, you bastard. The song. See, I will let you have Mariah Carey because I don't necessarily care for that song as much as she cares about the money she made from it.
Okay.
That's fair. That's fair.
All right.
Donald.
Fair. I'm gonna go with because we're going singers. Michael Bublé,
Michael Bublé. Good follow up.
the Bubble Man himself.
Damn.
I wrote Mike
All right.
Bubbles because I don't know how to.
Well, I'm gonna use.
It's basically the same thing.
I didn't. The rivalry picks coming in before me are forcing my hand here. I think I'm gonna have to go. Bing Crosby.
Yeah,
for number
totally
4.
fair.
Yeah. And for my last
coming out of retirement for it,
who I would have really chosen for what I would have really chosen for pick number 4 if a rivalry didn't force my hand, Eggnog.
Oh, that was gonna be my top. That was gonna be my 5th. I thought I was gonna skirt it.
Eggnog only comes out at Christmas for a reason. It's because it's the drink of the season. It's and you can also spice it up a little bit.
Yeah,
So
no, that's totally fair. All right, Dono, your 5th pick.
All right, so
pick.
I'm surprised this one hasn't been picked. Because religion's a whole big thing. I'm gonna go with Jesus motherfucking Christ, man.
Oh,
The nativity
Okay.
scene itself, my guy.
JC.
It's
the big
Warhammer for
Jesus.
grandmas. It's Warhammer for grandmas. Nativity scene. Fucking.
Warhammer for grandmas.
Hey, thank you for the subscription.
Oh,
Purple Goddess.
Primal
Oh,
Goddess
thank you so
gifted a tier 1 sub. Well, yeah, Primal Goddess just pointed out, yeah, you have
chose
both ends of the spectrum on your team now. You got Krampus and Jesus.
I got the good and the bad, man. It's all there. It's all there.
Oh my god.
And I got the North Pole as like a freaking setup, you know? Perfect.
All right. So just to round out this draft, I'm looking at it, and there's somebody missing, and like I'm gonna scoop them while I got the chance. I'm going Peppermint.
You're going to go with who?
Peppermint.
I'm surprised you didn't go with Jack
Peppermint.
Frost.
Oh,
No, I got that Peppermint. I got that.
Dang.
Peppermint vibe.
yeah, that's good. That's pretty good. Are we doing a 6 pick, or are we just keeping it?
Do you want to do 6? Do you want?
Oh, I ran out of room, but yeah, sure. Let's do a 6 one.
All right, we'll do one more. We'll do 6
Okay.
altogether.
We
We'll
got
bring
it. We
back
got a
up.
surprise 6 pick coming in.
All right, and
Wild cards. We got
yeah,
the
no,
wild
the
cards.
The wild card coming in with the steel
Jack
chair.
Frost is off the table because he was mentioned before the buzzer.
Yeah.
Yes. No, coming in from the way back
Hmm.
with the steel chair. I
Steel chair.
With the chair.
I'm going with that good brown sugar glazed ham.
Ooh.
Grabbing that ham.
Grabbing some ham.
Ham. Oh,
Don't call me handsome.
Okay.
Unless you're gonna hand.
You know what?
All right.
You got it pretty good there. You got it pretty good.
All right. I
right, done.
think what I've got is a solid choice. It dunks on everything else. Christmas
Mhm.
movies, my man.
All right.
Christmas movies.
Christmas
Every
movie.
single year you gotta watch them. Get you in the holiday spirit.
Oh yeah. And last, I'm sitting now that he might flake out on me, but I'm going with snow.
The snow. All right.
I'm going with snow. You know, what is the North Pole without snow? What is a white Christmas without snow? It's
No,
not a
fuck
white
it. I'm gonna make this joke. It's young Dadley's favorite thing.
I don't know what you're talking about. By the way, don't fucking call me on New Year's. I'm gonna be in the bathroom.
Oh my god.
I love you,
So-
Dadley. I love you.
The Christmas 6 pick for the Dapper Draft. Holy shit, we got a couple of strong teams here. I have the absolutely dominant lineup of
Oh,
the
dominant.
Christmas tree, the elves, Frosty the Snowman, Bing Crosby, eggnog, and snow.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It really
Fucking-
seems like we kind of fell off towards the end there.
It wasn't a fall off. It was perfectly ramping up. Okay. Everything that came to mind in the later rounds came to mind because it was an opportunity.
On.
I would have
Alright,
said Reese.
All right.
I would have said Reese, but y'all had to bring in singers.
Yeah. I got Krampus, the North Pole, Christmas motherfucking spirit, Michael Bublé, Jesus Christ, and Christmas movies. Solid.
It's a solid lineup.
It
It's a
is.
very, very solid
When
lineup.
you I know it was weird every time that I picked something, but you know what? At the end, it's the most
It made a
solid lineup in
cohesive
the whole.
team.
Yeah,
You
It's
really?
a cohesive
Yeah.
team.
you guys just didn't see the end product.
I'm interesting to see the chemistry between Michael Bublé and Krampus, but you know that's just me.
Hey, hey, it's all Christmas. It's all Christmas. It's good.
Oh, Christmas.
Plot twist of the
And-
century. You only have 5 players because Michael Bublé was Jesus all along.
Aha! That's why he came out of his cave around Christmas time.
Oh my god.
Michael
and,
Bublé
rounding,
died for our sins.
and rounding out this draft, I got what I think is the best team here, the best sitting, the best showing. We got Santa, Rudolph, Mistletoe, Mariah Carey, Peppermint, and Ham.
Oh my god.
Half of those
That's-
things are edible. Krampus gonna eat it.
Half of those. Well, mistletoe is edible, but it'll kill you if you eat it.
I'm talking about Rudolph.
I was talking about Mariah Carey.
Oh,
Yeah. All right, everybody. It's time for
Thank you
some
so much for
advice,
watching.
right? That's the end of the Dapper Draft. I think it's time to wrap this up with some advice,
How about
right?
the Dapper
The
Resolution.
Dapper Draft.
The Dapper Draft. Dapper Draft.
It is the Dapper Draft. The Dapper Draft.
It was a Christmas smash. All right. So how about a Dapper Resolution?
Ooh,
Instead of Dapper Life advice, how about a Dapper Resolution?
Okay.
What's something that we, as a member of the Dapper Ds, would like to do before the end of the year that involves the Dapper Ds?
Ooh.
I personally, this is like my mini goal. I want to throw at minimum 3 new tabletop systems at y'all.
All right.
Absolutely, that's a good resolution.
That's my goal. I want to get like the Power Rangers book. I keep seeing all this stuff about the like an old Western tabletop game that I want to try out. Like I'm hoping throughout the course of the year. The goal is 6. My goal is half of my episodes this year are tabletop episodes.
Ooh.
But we'll see. At minimum, I want 3.
I like that too. Yeah, I like the sound of that.
Tippy, what do you got?
I've thought about this enough that I might as well just do this. Some point next year, there will be an episode of the Dapper Ds where I am in person with one or both of y'all.
Ooh, I like that.
It's gonna happen. I know it's gonna happen. Like at least once. A nice goal would be if I was able to do it twice, but that's maybe pushing it.
Yeah. I feel that.
We'll try to get that worked out.
Oh yeah.
What got you, Dono?
You know what? I've been thinking about something for a little bit. I've been chatting with people. Like it's Dapper D's related because you know what? I want to do a spin-off bit with this.
Oh Jesus Christ.
Like I don't know, fucking whatever. I've been wanting to do cozy games. Like this is kind of our crazy thing. Everybody kind of doing we're doing our own thing, but I want to do like a video game like centered kind of cozy gameplay inspired by you guys.
Can I pitch an idea with that?
Yeah.
Not to be this guy, but if this is the direction we're going, this upcoming year, ANI should be being pitched as a variety channel over a tabletop channel.
I think so too.
You want to add a whole other night based around not tabletop, or, Dono, it's okay to like use your own Twitch. It's okay that you have all this set up and whatnot to like stream on your own channel if it's something you want to and you're passionate about. It's okay to say like have a separation between you and ANI. I know it's kind of scary.
Start my own channel?
Yes.
I don't think I have enough time for that shit.
Start. What's the difference between streaming it on ANI and streaming it on your own channel?
Well, a goddamn dad.
No, but sincerely.
I don't know.
It's still a night a week you're streaming, right?
It's true.
Yeah,
But if I were to start a new channel, I would want to put time and effort into it and make it its own thing.
Here's my take on that.
Like doing half-ass.
There's a part of me that sees the Dapper Ds potentially becoming like a spin-off, a spin-off channel.
I've had this same thought a lot of Dapper D's slowly becoming its own thing outside of
there's a small part of me that says, hey, the Dapper D's should be its own experience.
Keep separate ANI just tabletop because that's brand healthy and that's really good for advertisers and it's brand healthy. It's easier to advertise this is what we do opposed to we have a bunch of different things now
right.
And Dapper D.
But at the same time, I think the Dapper D's being part of the recipe for Adventures and Initiative as a channel is a good thing because it means that we're not a one-trick pony. We have the capability to play a lot of different tabletop systems, a lot of different video games. We have the capability to just talk, share our experiences with other things other than tabletop on the same platform, as you get to see us in our element versus seeing us as we are.
Yeah.
You know,
I think this might be a bigger conversation, but this upcoming year, y'all, and I might be shifting, like, still in a love and an homage to tabletop, but maybe there'll be plenty more of other things to see.
Especially with like the development of 1D&D, everything. Testing out and seeing like other things and like playing around with different ideas.
Definitely.
I think it would be a great idea to have a campaign where we're not using the D&D system.
I've been saying it for a long time.
I've been saying for a long time.
I mean, I might have pitched this on Dapper D's before.
Yeah.
But like, I want like a weekly or a bi-weekly campaign that it's like Quantum Leap of like every so often we're like, boop, we're going somewhere else now. And all you guys are playing the same characters, but in a different tabletop.
Yeah.
So you're remaking the same characters for Kids on Brooms and stuff like that.
That's something that I would love to do. Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, I will say, to start wrapping things up, I have all these ideas. Just full transparency, I miss working on shit for me.
Yeah.
It's been months since I've gone live on TikTok. It's like I miss doing like the me things as well. So
can I say I saw your video today, and I don't know why, but like I opened up the comments and the first person I saw was Reese, and he's just like, "You've done things." And like, just it made me laugh for a second. I'm just like, Reese, I love you, but like,
Reese is so supportive.
I
Reese
know.
is so sweet. Actually, you know what, Reese, I gotta call you out for a second. Reese is so supportive and sweet until I reach out to them being sweet. I reached out to them on Thanksgiving, and I was just like, long ass message of like, I'm really glad I met you this year. Me and you click really well. This and that. Reese sent back, same.
Oh, we love it. We love it.
Excuse me?
Oh wait.
So,
all right, y'all.
Let's wrap this up. Yeah.
I think that's just about it. I'm Dippy, and I have a bacon number of 3.
I'm Dadley. I have a bacon number so high they couldn't calculate it.
I'm Dono, and I have a bacon number of 1.
And until next time, your adventure matters.
Till then.
Roll for initiative.
Bye-bye.
And stay dapper.
Stay dapper. Bye.
Bye.